Yep.
Hey, Shalom, we out here once again, giving all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Hakodash. And 2020, got to get used to saying that. 2020, year of prophecy, you know?
Fine.
I'm going to go right into it, man. And hey, this year got kicked off with this whole thing with Trump bombing the second in command of the Iranian government. I mean, you have a head guy, you have the so-called president, the leader, then you have the supreme leader, which is one of the ayatollahs. Anyway, it was a strike, drone strike, according to the news. You know, got to keep your eyes on the news. And Trump said that this guy killed, well, he went from hundreds to thousands to millions. And I never even heard of the guy. All of a sudden, oh, this guy was known for killing hundreds and thousands and millions of people, of U.S. forces and stuff. And so he said that they had information that he was going to do something, but they won't say what it was. So he said he prevented a war. No, you didn't. You started a war. You started a war. That's a declaration of war, man.
Yep.
And that's like the vice president getting killed by an airstrike, and the particular government saying that they did it. That's clearly a declaration of war, you know? So now people are thinking, especially in the so-called Hebrew Israelite community, that they're thinking that, yeah, this is it. This might be it. Nope, this ain't might be it. Somebody get me Matthew 24. Go right to where it says wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet.
It's just the beginning stages.
Just the beginning stages. Things are getting heated up, you know? And we see a lot more things happening this year. We see the Most High heat this thing up, and then we see these people in power, they're heating it up. So a lot of things are gonna happen, I see. You know, it remains to be seen. This is not gonna be a slow year, you know?
So I start the first verse?
Yeah, go where you at? Yeah, no, go right to the point.
Okay.
Wars and rumors of wars.
Okay, Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, the end is not yet. So that's a declaration of war. The fact that Trump ordered a drone to be used to destroy the second in command of Iran, that's clearly a declaration of war. Go ahead. Anybody got any more precepts?
I could read the next verse. It
Go
says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
And that's what's happening now. So there's going to be more skirmishes, more wars, more proxy wars. But when the war, the end-all war, so to speak, which is the war of Armageddon, is not going to come until the market of beast, which is the microchip, be made mandatory throughout the whole planet Earth. All right?
Yeah, reading on, it says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
And that's what's happening. Another thing that's happening is there's going to be a lot more UFO sightings. Now, I did a video last week sometime on UFO. I forget exactly what I called it. I think I called it over 150 UFO sightings in New York, something to that effect. And that was based on an article on 151 UFO sightings. Now they got a new one. I think somebody caught it a couple of days ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. It's a UFO that looks like a snake. It looks like a big white long snake, and it kind of floats in the sky. Now they said it's 150 UFOs that have been reported. What about the ones that are not reported? Because we see UFOs, we don't call any authority and say, oh, I like to report a UFO. We don't do that. So there's hundreds of people, thousands of people that'll see a UFO and say, I'm not going to report it. This is 151 reporting UFO sightings, man. Somebody get me, you know what I want, Zechariah 5. Oh, when the children of Israel, the sons of Israel, was in when they left out of Egypt in the wilderness, there was no lights out there. There was no 7-Elevens out there. There was no pharmacies out there. There was no porta potties out there.
Dunkin' Donuts.
It was a wilderness.
Yep.
It was nothing but a wilderness. Please look up the word wilderness, because you might not know what the word wilderness means. America was once a wilderness. In other words, it was inhabited, not inhabited, but it flourished. But Esau made this place a wilderness. And the Most High is going to make this place a wilderness.
Yeah, the Hebrew word for wilderness is Madabar. It's like
Okay, what does it mean?
it says here, Madabar. It says wilderness, pasture, uninhabited land.
Right, so the wilderness that they went to, which is called the wilderness of Zin, was an uninhabited land. That the Most High brought them into that land to prepare them to go into the land of Israel.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's
All
it.
right, look it up in the common dictionary. Go to Google, put up wilderness. Give me the common definition. Let's see what that says.
Okay, this is from Google. Wilderness, an uncultivated, uninhabited, and inhospitable region.
Well, that's what America was. That's what America was. Somebody hold on to that Exodus 13, verse 21 and 22. And also hold Zechariah 5.
I'll get that.
What, Exodus first?
Yeah, go to Exodus.
Exodus 13 and 21. And the Lord went before them by day.
They're by the Israelites. And the mixed multitude. Go ahead.
By day
So
in
we
the
can keep vocab happy. What about the mixed multitude? Go ahead.
by day in a pillar of a cloud, to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire.
So what was that? When you look into it, that was like gigantic UFO. It could have been 25 miles in diameter. Because there was no light in the wilderness. So the Most High led him in the wilderness for 40 years. So this was a so-called UFO, as they call it, that never had to go to the gas station to gas up. It was just up in the sky, man. In the daytime, it was a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. That represents the light that came out of the ship so they can see at night. Is there more to that?
Khan. To give them light to go by day and night.
To give them light to go by day and night. So this is the strangest of the Most High, man. You know, our salvation is going to be of a strange salvation. Now go from me. Is there more to it?
A little bit
go
more.
ahead.
He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people.
From before what people? The Israelites. And the mixed multitude that got killed off in the wilderness. Give me Revelation 10. Revelation 10, you can start from the top. There's plenty of examples in the scriptures of UFOs, which in the scriptures they call it clouds, angels.
Wheel within a wheel.
Wheels within a wheel. Matter of fact, you get that. Ezekiel.
I got Zechariah.
Even Esau knows that, man. Go ahead, give me, where you at, Zechariah 5?
Yeah,
No, I don't want Zechariah 5 now. I want Revelation 10 and 1.
Got it. Revelation chapter 10, verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud,
and a rainbow was upon his head.
Clothed with a cloud. Now there's a book called Operation Blue Beat.
Both top secret.
There's another one called Blue Book, Operation Blue Book.
Blue book, something like that. Yeah.
Blue Book something. Project Blue Book. Project Blue Book. And they go into a UFO sighting. And they show you that there was a ship, a so-called UFO, that was enfolded in the cloud. And when the cloud dissipated, you can actually see a ship. So they caught a picture of that. The cloud that looked just like it was in the shape of a ship. So that's what John saw on the island of Patmos. This was the angel that gave him the little book, which represents the scriptures. Go ahead.
And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head.
Now, certain ships come in the form of a cloud. Some of the ships, you see the metal of the ships, and some of them have lights around. That's years ago, back in 85, 86. I saw a ship that was a square, looked like the Borg. If you watch Star Trek: Next Generation, they had an episode called the Borg, and the ship that they were in was like a black square. So I actually saw that, what looks like that thing in Star Trek: The Next Generation, and then all of a sudden it changed shapes and it turned into a metallic disc with lights, rainbow-colored lights around it, and it spun and it disappeared in the sky. And I mean, there was no way you could say it was anything else, because a plane can't move that quick. So go ahead and read that again.
And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face.
And that was it. What he saw was the actual ship. Go ahead.
And his face was as it were the sun.
Now, what does it mean, his face? Meaning that light that came out of the ship. Right. So his face was as it was the sun. So when you look straight up in the sun, you can't look at the sun too long.
Like, yeah, blind.
Because of the bright, you go blinded, man.
Good.
Yep.
So that was a light that came out of the ship. Go ahead.
And his feet as pillars of fire.
And those feet represent landing parts. Right. Go ahead.
And he had in his hand a little book open. And
so he had like a what do you call that? It was like a
mechanical,
like a mechanical hand, or something to that effect,
right.
To give, because he landed, and he gave him the book. He told him to eat the book.
Right.
Go ahead.
And he set his right foot upon the sea.
And he set one part on the sea. Go ahead.
And his left foot on the earth.
And the other part on the earth. So that's when the ship landed. Go ahead.
And cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roars. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices.
Go ahead.
And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write.
So these thunders were something that he understood. So he heard what the thunders say, and he's going to write it down. Go ahead.
And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered.
So we don't know what those things were.
Right.
7 thunders, what they uttered, we don't know to this day what that was. Now, Yeshaya said it was talking about the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And write them not.
And write them not.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Precept for you.
Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy 29:29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
Yeah, so the Most High give you only what he wants to give you. Give me Amos 3.
Yeah, I was going to go there. Oh, wow.
And you can also give me
Daniel 12.
Daniel 12. You can give me Colossians 1, verse 25.
Okay, the book of Amos, the 3rd chapter. Go right to the point.
Yeah.
Amos, the 3rd chapter, the 7th verse. It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Yeah, so he has prophets. And who does he give? What does he give to the prophets? He gives them secrets. Where the secrets contained? In dreams and visions and in the book. But you got to know how to, the book got to be unsealed to you. Give me that one, what is that, Isaiah 29?
I got one for you.
And also give me Revelation 5.
This is a quick precept. Daniel
And
2.
this is why we're able to break this book down, because the Most High chose a certain amount of men to give the breakdown of this book to.
Yeah. Daniel 2:21 and 22. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth
Where
what
you
is
reading from?
Daniel 2:21 to 22.
Go ahead.
He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him.
Yep. So the Most High knows the secret. You know, he gives you the secret. He tells you what's going to happen before it happens. He makes it happen. So he gives it to certain men. Go ahead.
That's it. That's it.
Revelation, the 5th chapter, and the 1st verse. And I saw
But I asked for a scripture before
got
that.
it.
Give me
also
that.
like
Isaiah 29 and 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Right, they're drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. Give me Deuteronomy 28. You know what I want. Just link up with that. Broke at noonday.
Gotcha. Deuteronomy 28:29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Now that groping at noonday is talking about when the noonday is when the sun is highest in the sky. This is when the truth is being brought out. But prior to that, you was groping at noonday as a blind gropeth at darkness, meaning you don't know where you at, whether you're drunk, you're high, or whatever the situation may be. So that's represents the state of Israel today. They don't know what the truth is. That's why in this country they allow any religion to be in this country. You come with your religion, you can have your religion. You can open your mosques, your temples, your places of worship. So people go from one form of worship or from one form of a philosophy to the next. And that's why they grope it. You know, you got the Black conscience community, you got the Islam, which Jake is into, you got the Moors, give me some others. You got the Baptists, the Methodists, you got the Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventists,
Buddhists,
you got the
yeah.
Buddhists,
Hindu.
atheists,
Democrats, Republicans, you know, apologists, right?
And the list goes on and
This
on.
goes on and on. So when Jake goes into one philosophy, he's gonna fight you about his philosophy that he has the truth and he don't have. That's why you gotta leave him alone.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you gotta leave him alone. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy 28:28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
And that's what Jake is spitting with. Madness, man. Or somebody go to Hosea 4:6.
Yeah.
Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Most High rejected you, man. So you're looking for answers, you ain't gonna get them. The answers is right in front of you. Oh, I don't want to hear about the Hebrew Israelite thing. Okay, well, good. You keep following the way you want to follow.
You're dismissed.
Deuteronomy 28:28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoil evermore, and no man shall save thee.
No man shall save you. Yep. No man shall redeem you, shall deliver you.
Oh, that links up with no man shall buy thee.
That's it. That's it.
No man shall save
That's
thee.
it.
Same
That's
chapter.
It. Yep.
Same chapter.
Same chapter. Yep. Yeah, that part, matter of fact, go to that. 68 verse.
Okay, jumping down to 68 verse. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with
Now,
ships.
Egypt is talking about America, spiritual Egypt. Somebody get me to answer that. Give me Revelation. Somebody give me that quick. Revelation, you know what I want.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Now, for you Christians out there to say, well, that's talking about Jerusalem, no, because it would say Jerusalem. It happened in Egypt that he was crucified. Now, was he actually crucified?
And tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
That's showing you that they're not physically dead. Go ahead.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall
They
send
were
gifts.
happy at the fact that we were taken down. Give me that in Lamentations of Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. Was that 2 verse 15, I believe?
Yeah, I get it.
Behind closed doors, they talking shit about us, man. And they profiting off of us. And one of the main ways they profited off of us was by slavery, man. By taking the land of the Americas, the so-called Americas, and then going over there. That's a heinous crime, man. That's a heinous crime. I like saying that word, heinous. That's a heinous crime. Yeah. Look up the word heinous.
Heinous.
I got Lamentations 2 and 15. You want that?
Yeah.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Right, and we're going to be perfected again. And the elite know that. So they're trying to stop it. They're trying to stop it, man. Go ahead.
Is this the city that men...
the city. The city. Jerusalem, New Jerusalem. This guy said, vocab said something about the New Jerusalem. It's talking about heaven. No, it's talking about the children of Israel,
the
man.
people, yeah.
That's them, us being beamed up into them ships. When you see the ships, inside joke, we're going to be beamed up. We're going to watch the destruction. And then we're going to come back down so we can take over the world.
Yeah.
The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever, even forever and forever.
The climactic battle.
In the climactic battle. Go ahead.
Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Talking about that these are these people that were supposed to be so great and over us. And we show you our greatness every day, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
NBA, NFL,
Music.
boxing.
Music.
When it took over the UFC, you know, music, music. All the genres of music came from Jake, man.
Dancing.
And all you Edomites did was copy, you know.
You housed it.
Dancing.
So y'all the ultimate culture vultures, man.
Yeah. Go around
Start
housing.
hanging. You go down south with some guy playing a guitar and so forth,
Picking a
singing.
banjo.
And then you like to hang out with him, you know, buying drinks and stuff. And then you learn.
Yeah.
And then you be the guy. I'm the greatest banjo player that ever was. You know?
If I saw there was a show on Netflix dealing with just that. It was a guy named Satan. It's Jake in Harlem, and his Edomite used to come around playing his harmonica, and then they made it big and shit. And they went down south and they toured the world.
But they made it big through the Edomite.
Through the Edomite.
Right. Because he used this guy's talent.
I mean, he was kind of, but the Jake was kind of famous in Harlem, but then I guess.
Well, that's what happened with Jimi Hendrix.
Right. Okay.
He became famous through an Edomite, right?
Yeah.
Which
he could have been a Jake.
Which he could have been a Jake.
Yeah.
Well,
Was
he
in
appeared
Canada,
to be
right?
an Edomite, so we're going to say he's an Edomite.
I was up in
If
Canada,
he
right?
looked like an
He
Edomite,
came out
then
first in
he's an
Canada, was
Edomite,
that?
damn it.
Or am I getting the story mixed up?
No, he made it big.
Go ahead,
in
bring out
England.
the precept.
This is Isaiah 62, verse 11 and 12. Behold, the Lord hath proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord, and thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken.
Here you go. That city is Jerusalem. Go ahead.
I got some more.
Somebody you can also hold on to Revelation 21 and start from the top.
saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Well, who are all thy enemies? Well, who's all our enemies? I wonder where's that list at? Where's that list? Give me
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 1.
That's it.
Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up.
They hate us to this very day.
God.
I say, I'm coming in the spirit of Abba. They hate us to this very day. Go ahead.
Yeah.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in their remembrance. Read that part again.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Yeah, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. What did King Marshall used to say? What time is it? It's nation time.
Nation time.
Because all the nations are being gathered, man, and separating themselves from other nations.
Yep.
I'll tell you that in Isaiah the 13th chapter. It speaks about the other nations leaving to go back to their countries.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get into that too. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel
That the name of Israel, the name, go ahead.
may be no more in remembrance.
Take it out of their memory, man.
Yep, yep. From the
You
people.
know, put them in slavery, beat the nationality out of them, beat Hebrew out of them, beat the scriptures out of them, and call them a bunch of Negroes. And when they first came over here and they first selling us, they used to have the sign saying, Hebrews for sale. If you go to Google, it'll tell you that. They used to call us Hebrews, and then they started calling us Negro.
Negro, right.
You know? But they actually had signs with Jake on it saying Hebrews for sale. So what do you think Hebrews mean?
Hebrews.
And Esau wasn't that smart anyway.
No.
So they couldn't pronounce it right.
Yeah,
you know?
just like nigger. It's
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be niggard.
Negro, black. You know, which we used to be called Moors back in Spain.
But if you were a despicable person, it's supposed to be niggard, the
Well,
old English
Niggard,
word.
You know, Niggard can apply to an Edomite. Niggard, look that up. Niggard can apply to anybody.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't mean black, but they call us Niggard.
Yeah. What they would say,
Yep,
nigger,
yep,
nigger.
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Like,
but Edomite could be a Niggard.
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yep, yep.
But they'll say nigger. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
niggard.
they were supposed to say
Like to back up what you
Negro,
said,
Negro,
they're a bunch of
Negro,
dummies.
Negro. They would say
Yeah.
nigger.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Yeah, we didn't know this place. Solomon knew it, but we as a people didn't know it. Go ahead.
I got the
For you-
definition. Oh, I'm sorry. I had the definition for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Niggard.
Bring it out.
Niggardly, not generous, stingy, mean, miserly, close-fisted, penny pinching.
So-called Jew.
Yeah, sound like a so-called Jew.
They're the real niggards.
They're the real niggards.
Go ahead.
That's pretty much it.
I got the word heinous for you too.
Go
if you
ahead,
still want it.
heinous.
Ex-
Slavery, transatlantic slavery and chattel slavery was a heinous crime. Yes, it was. Go ahead.
It says extremely wicked, deeply criminal, a flagitious crime, heinous accusations. Synonyms under outrageous, atrocious, scandalous, flagrant, vicious, odious, abhorrent,
Now,
nefarious.
I was watching one video this brother was going into. This is a Hebrew Israelite site on YouTube, but they play a lot of live stuff. So they went into this guy. They were interviewing this guy about the gator bait. And then you know what they used to do? They used to actually have the gators eat the babies. In order for them to catch them, they would have them, and you hear the babies, they leave them out there all night until the gators would come, man. So that's a heinous crime, man.
God.
Only a devil would do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scriptures say that the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Yeah, the Lord said, I was a little displeased
With my
people. And you know,
You
this
help
devil-
forward the affliction.
Right. This devil helped forward the affliction. He
Yeah,
made it worse.
Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 47. You might want to go up a couple of verses above that. Also, get me what is that? Ezekiel 35, verse 5, but you can start at 1.
Man, right there.
Go ahead, let's bring it out. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast
Start at 1.
Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy
So
against
now
it.
we're trying to find out who. Esau digs up anything. They'll go, they'll find something in the Bible or the scriptures, and they'll say, well, where is this place located? And they'll get their best scholars and their best historians and their top archaeologists. We're going to find out who the Edomites are. They already found out who the Edomites are.
Yeah, they know.
The Edomites are them.
Yeah.
That's why they said, well, we got to keep this under wraps. We got to cover this up. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 35:3. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand
Now,
against
Mount
thee.
Seir is a people before it's a place. The people that lived in Mount Seir were Edomites. Go ahead.
And I will stretch out mine hand against thee,
So ultimately, the Most High is going to stretch out his hand against the Edomites. Go ahead.
and I will make thee most desolate.
And I will make thee most desolate.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate.
Ultimately, that's talking about Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Read that again.
Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of
Read that
Israel.
one more time.
Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
So that's what the Most High is preparing for Esau.
Yep,
All right? The Most High going to prepare you unto blood.
that's right.
And just because you say you're not an Edomite, that doesn't mean that has nothing to do with it. Because you are Edomite, whether you say you're Edomite or not, you know?
That's right. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. And blood shall pursue thee. Sif thou hast not hated blood. Sif thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Meaning, since thou have not hated blood, meaning you love blood, you bloodthirsty. Go ahead.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it
It's
him.
not talking about the actual Mount Seir. The Mount Seir is not, nobody talks about Mount Seir, which is Petra. You know, you got people that go to Israel, they might take a tour to Petra, but people ain't saying, well, I can't wait to get to the Middle East so I can, first place I want to hit is Petra. They ain't thinking about Petra like that, man. It's talking about wherever they located right now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and
That's
cut
Satan,
off.
boy, that's Satan.
That's Satan. That's straight up and
The
down
whole
Satan.
fucking city.
Yeah. Stop right there.
Stop right there.
Well, that's Satan, brother. So go ahead.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth
Mount
out.
represents government.
God.
The Seir represents Edom, so the government of Esau. Where's the government of Esau? This starting with America, England, Europe, whatever they took over. Go ahead.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers.
Well, that's Ezekiel the 39th chapter, man. When them dead bodies, and that's not talking about over here in Babylon, because Babylon is going to be laid waste. But them other places that have been partially hit with missiles, you're going to have them dead bodies sitting out there, man, right? So you have to bury them bodies, get rid of them bodies, because
right.
that will cause diseases.
That's going to be the first job of the top wicked elite.
That's it. As a matter of fact, give me that, man. And the other nations, too. All right, go ahead.
You got it?
Go right to the point.
This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 14. And they shall serve out men.
See what it says in the first verse.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 1. Therefore, thou son of man, prophesy against God, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O God.
So even though the Most High is going to use God to come against this place and cause that world war to be a god unto the Persians and the Libyans and those nations, they're going to be destroyed as well. So jump down to the 14th verse.
Okay. This is verse 14. And they shall serve out men of continual employment passing through the land to
Now, when
bury.
you look up the word employment, it really means slavery.
Slavery.
Hey, because when you're employed now, the employment is really a form of slavery because what do? You get slave wages. That's why they're always talking about a minimum wage being raised up because you can't live off the wage that you're getting. So that's called slave wages.
Yeah, I think
They can put you in hardcore slavery or they can say you're free and give you slave wages. And you got people watching videos on the homeless and so forth, on the homeless and stuff, and you see that there's homeless people that actually work. The man and the woman actually work. They work full time, but they're still homeless.
yeah,
That's slave wages, man.
in the Black's Law Dictionary, when you look up the word employment, remember, it says slave. Black's Law Dictionary. Or is it the Barron's? One or the other. The Barron's or the Black's Law Dictionary.
Go ahead.
It says, and they shall serve out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it.
Yeah, after the dead bodies have fallen, you know? But it's not talking about America. It's not talking about Babylon because this is going to be a barren desert. Go ahead.
To cleanse it after the end.
So it has to be cleansed. You got to get rid of those dead bodies. Either you got to burn the bodies or you got to cremate the bodies or bury the bodies. They're going to bury you, Jack.
Bury you.
You don't have to put that up in there. Go ahead.
After the end of 7 months shall they search, and the passengers that pass through the land, when any seeth a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign
So
by it.
when you see a man's bones or a woman's bone or a child's bone, because you're going to see women's bones, men's bones, and children's bones.
Yep.
And that means the body was decomposed. So what's left is that the bones, the skeletons, and that slowly begins to decompose, if I'm not mistaken. You know how somebody gets killed out there, they bury them out there in the woods, and you know, it might be somebody walking the dog and they'll see a bone, and they'll call the police and they'll look and they say, this is the body of so-and-so and such and such. Because the body got fully decomposed. So that's what it's talking about. So they're going to come wearing masks and so forth, and they're going to find out, they're going to put a flag down. Well, let's keep reading. Go ahead.
Then shall he set up a sign by it till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Hammon God. And also the name of the city shall be Hammonah. Thus shall they cleanse the land.
Yeah, so the land with all these dead bodies, they're going to be cleansed. Going to have to be cleansed. That's it on that. Where we at?
Revelation 21.
Yeah, Revelation 21. We started at the top.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
What's the first heaven?
Esau's world.
Right, current rulership, Esau's world. Yep.
It says, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Esau's world. What scriptures come to mind? Second Ezra 6 and 9, Isaiah 13. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's go to these precepts. Give me that precept. Give me your precept.
It's the 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? For when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Now, when it says, when shall be the parting asunder of times, that's talking about an era. You have one era that goes down, then you have a new era that comes in. The Egyptians, when they went down, that was the end of an era. You have a guy like Beirut, you know, his last game, this is the end of the era. The Beirut era, right? Muhammad Ali, when he got his ass whipped by Larry Holmes, that was the end of the era. Now you have the new era, which is Larry Holmes. So the Roman Empire, when it went down, that was the end of an era. When it speaks about the world coming to an end, that Yahweh Shai spoke, you gonna get it? Go ahead and get it.
If I believe this is what you're speaking about. Matthew 24 and 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Now, when you look that word world up, I believe the word is era.
Yep. Eon, yep. which is
Eon,
era, which is the same thing.
Rulership.
Yeah. Era, yeah.
A time period of age. Right, age, era, age.
Yep.
Yep.
Secular.
Secular, yep.
I got a quick
So
precept.
this is the end of the old era and the beginning of the new era.
Right.
You got the same scripture. Go ahead, bring it on out.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
But the earth abideth forever. So when you got Christians like Vocab, he said the end of the world, the whole earth is going to blow up like the Death Star in Star Wars. Let's show you he don't know. He don't know nothing about prophecy. You know?
Yeah, he don't know nothing about no prophecy.
He don't know. You don't know nothing about no. You don't know nothing about no prophecy, dude. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to plug up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up.
To act real chill.
Yeah,
A time
yeah.
to weep.
That's old school rap.
Con.
Go ahead.
A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance.
Right now, their time of mourning is our time of laughing. Their time of laughing is our time of mourning. Right? Go ahead.
A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose.
A time to get, we gonna get it,
Yep.
and they gonna lose it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
If you're losing something, that means somebody else is getting it. We getting it.
What's it called? Losers, weepers.
Let the finders keep the losers.
weepers.
Yep.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
What you got, brother? Go ahead.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 15.
Why you brothers got to be so ancient with the Bible? These brothers got the smartphones. And when the guy, the Portuguese guy.
Got
Oh,
it.
yo, that's not the Bible.
Yeah,
That's not the Bible.
Yeah.
That's Satan. That's Satan. You got to read from the book.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, he had swallowed down wretches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh Shemi Yahushua
What verse you in?
Job chapter 20, verse 15.
Start at 7.
This is Job chapter
Because
20.
I love that scripture. Go ahead.
Job chapter 20, verse 7. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not
Like
be
we're gonna
found.
wake up like a bad nightmare, man. Go ahead.
It says, yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more.
Yeah, Nazariah, he said that Esau, all Edomites are not going to be done away with. Now, you don't see this guy no more. You know?
Yeah, he
Them
was
guys
done
ain't
away.
made a video in like 6 months. Go ahead.
Neither shall his place any more behold him. His children
See
shall
that? And that's why Esau is acting up right now. Because they know that these prophecies are coming to pass.
That's right.
Go ahead.
his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall
Them liberals, man. You know, oh, we should give them reparation. We should give them this. I don't want to go. Don't let me go into what true reparations is, man. Go ahead.
and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth.
That's why they want to. That's why they want to do away with. They want to change the history books of slavery and textbooks. Like they got this Sambo. What's this guy? He's the guy Carson. What's his name? The guy that was running for president. And he's the head of the HUD. Something Carson.
Yeah. I got his name.
Oh, I forget. I know.
Yeah, well, he's a Sambo. He said that, I think he said that, I could be wrong. He said that it was a benefit for us to come over here to serve slavery.
Oh, yeah, I know
And that
you're
we were immigrants.
The guy with the glasses?
Yeah, something Carson.
Yeah, Dr. Carson.
Yeah, something, he's a doctor, yep. Yeah, he's nothing but a Sambo, Dr. Sambo. Go ahead.
Ben Carson?
Ben Carson, there you
There
go.
you go.
Well, he even spoke about the chip.
Uncle Ben
He
Carson.
said, I think you should have, right, Uncle Ben Carson. He said, we should have a chip. We should have a microchip. And that was a speech that he did maybe 2013. I put it up in 2015 on my page. And he came out like he's coming up with the idea. He said, you know what, maybe we should have a chip. We should put chips in people. Well, you know what he was doing? He was taking orders, but he presented it like he came up with the idea.
He came
Even this guy from 60 Minutes, the guy that dropped dead, Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney, yeah.
He said we should have a chip. That was back down in the 90s.
Yeah.
We should have a chip. We should put chips in people. Well, they tell them what to do. The
Super elite.
Almost spit my tea back
and
out.
what they do, they tell them what to do.
Yeah,
you know?
almost spit my tea back
I'm
out.
coming in that Eustace Mullins spirit. They tell them what to do. You know?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bought and paid for it.
They're bought and paid for. That's right.
It says,
Hey, this guy Eustace Mullins, he was saying that every time you see somebody on regular TV and you see him over and over again, he said that means them they're insiders, man. You know?
Yep. They get paid large amounts of money.
We should buy.
They're saying absolutely nothing. Like you
Yep.
said.
We should buy Senator so and so. Well, he's already bought. long
He's
time
already
ago.
bought and
Yeah,
paid
he's
for.
already
Yeah,
bought and
bought
paid.
and
Hey, I
for.
was watching what's his guy, the Mouth of the South. I was looking
Oh,
at
Bobby
him, I
Lee.
said,
Bobby Lee.
yeah.
Bobby Lee.
Yeah, Bobby Lee. That guy's a Jake. He had that curly hair. That guy's a Jake, man.
The Irish, right? Probably Irish, Jake.
Yep.
Wild
Go ahead.
Irishman.
Yep. Go ahead.
his bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust, though wickedness be sweet in his
Go
mouth.
back up a verse.
Okay, this is Job chapter 20, verse 10. His children shall seek to please the poor,
That's some liberals. Go ahead.
and his hands shall restore their goods.
Go ahead.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth. Meaning what? You go back to their history. That's why they'll say, when you got him, they'll say, well, that was my foreparents. Well, guess what? You're going to have to pay for what your foreparents did. Because you're benefiting from what your foreparents did, man. You know?
Yeah, going
A
back
lot
to
of these super rich people are rich because of their grandparents robbing and stealing, hugging and mugging.
Damn.
Yeah, like going back to Cain, when the Lord told Cain, if you do good, shall you not be accepted? But if you do bad, sin lieth at the door, and unto it shall be your desire.
Yep.
So that proves that they're the sons and daughters of Cain, their forefather, Cain, the wicked one.
That's right. They're the wicked. And they're being found out now.
Oh yeah,
You
being
know?
exposed.
They're being exposed, so now they're mad. They're trying to stop this thing. But you can't. You got to pay for what you did in the past.
You gotta pay.
But wait a
man.
minute. My foreparents did that. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I would never do such a thing.
Yeah.
But you got to pay for what your foreparents. What scripture do I want?
Oh,
Isaiah 14:21.
14.
You can't stop the bum rush.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
But why is that? That's not fair. Well, you're as High Priest Ariah used to say, you are your fathers in the reincarnation.
That's it.
And that's why Christians, no Christian believes in reincarnation in biblical. They don't believe that. Well, the Most High's not dealing with them first and foremost. You know?
I got a quick precept ties into what you're saying. Luke 16 and 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things.
Yeah, the little camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Luke 16 and 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
That's right. That's
So
right.
that, Esau, man, Esau. Because when you read the parable, it speaks about Esau being the rich man and how he fed sumptuously every day. And then later he was judged and he started receiving evil things. That's the curse. And Lazarus, who he chastised, started receiving good things, the blessings.
Yeah, so they don't, the bottom line is they don't want to pay.
Yeah.
You know, they did all this wickedness, or their foreparents do it, and they keep doing their wickedness. So now it's time for you to pay.
I got
And now you got Jake talking about slavery left and right. When they talk about slavery left and right, in the back of their mind they're thinking, well, wait a minute, how they gonna pay for it? How they gonna pay for it? You know?
Con.
I got three symbols. This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. It says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments, showing you that there is a thing called reincarnation to pay for the iniquities and sins of what you did long, in the generations before.
Yeah, so your children are going to pay for what you did. If you did wickedness, your children are going to have to pay for it,
Right.
because you're your children coming back.
Yeah, Apostle, there's a scripture, and I think Ezekiel 18, the Lord said that the son shall not
Pay.
receive for the sins
Yeah,
of their
Ezekiel,
father
yeah,
did,
Ezekiel 3:18.
neither shall the
Go to that.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Read that again.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Yeah, so they can continue to do evil, but now they're being called out for it, and now they're mad. How you gonna be mad when you committed all kind of crimes since you got over here and on the other side of the world, but now you don't want to pay for it, man? What kind of shit is that?
I got another one. Verse 6. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him.
That's it. Go ahead.
This is Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all quit the wicked. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet.
Yeah, Revelation 13, 9 and 10.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 14, verse 35.
Go ahead.
For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
That's it. Works of the ungodly shall be declared.
Oh, that's why it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5, then shall the righteous stand in great boldness before the face of such as have
Matter of
afflicted
fact,
him.
get that.
Con.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 8, 12, and 13. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are a shadow, because he feareth not before the Heavenly Father.
That's it. Straight and to the point.
I got that piece of plus.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 18, verse 20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
Read that again, please.
I said, this is Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall
So now,
not...
is Esau a sinner?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
How is he a sinner?
because he took upon himself the Bible.
That's right. He says he's a Bible fan. Or they took this country is a country that was given us from God. We're a Bible believing people.
And
So
God
if you
trust.
take to yourself the Bible, you gotta follow the instructions of the Bible. Somebody give me Psalms 50 and 16.
Right there.
They
Got
swear
it.
in on the Bible.
Sweet.
They swear in on the Bible. So that's their book. Go ahead.
Psalm 50, 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what is thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Yeah, because that's the covenant is not for you, but for the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Seeing thou hatest instruction,
Seeing thou hatest instruction. Go ahead.
and casteth my words behind thee. When thou sawest the thief, then thou consentest with him.
Somebody give me Isaiah, I believe it's 26 verse 10. If I'm not mistaken, Isaiah 26 verse 10. Go ahead.
When thou sawest the thief, then thou consentest with him,
Yeah, you were that thief. Go ahead.
and hast been partaker with adulterers.
Go ahead.
Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Right, and that means you falsely accuse us.
Yeah, like with that terrorist shit.
That's it.
That's
That
a
which
perfect
which makes you a devil. You know, a devil goes back to the word diablos. And diablos means a false accuser.
Yep. That's Revelation 12.
That's right. That's
He's
right.
the accuser of thy
That's
brethren.
right. That's right.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
That's why when they came over there, well, before they came over here in Europe, they had a thing called a Renaissance period, Renaissance art, and we're still in the Renaissance period because they still got. You have all those Christmas scenes with Mary, Joseph, and the baby, and they're all Edomites, man.
Right.
God.
Which they know the truth because they've been They've been listening to us. Well, Esau doesn't want to deal with the truth. He wants to deal with his truth,
Right.
which is nothing but a list of blatant lies.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so like Apostle, and they don't fit any of the prophecies of the scriptures as far as being the Israelites. So they have to create situations to make them appear like they're going through the curses of the scriptures.
I think it was in that book, the 13th Tribe by Alpha Kosler.
Yep.
He said they created self-imposed ghettos.
Yep.
The so-called Jews created self-imposed ghettos.
Yep. Hey, well, that movie, what was that in the 30s?
Well, I was thinking about that. I
what
was
was
thinking
that,
about the Rothschild movie.
Yeah.
When they came,
Yep.
they were showing that they put on the old clothes. That's a ghetto, man.
Yep.
Self-imposed ghettos.
That's right.
But we were living in the real ghettos.
Real ghettos, yeah.
You know, and then when Jake go through hell, they really going through it.
They're going
You
through
know,
it, yep.
why do you think they were able to come up with the songs, music like the blues? You know, that was a outward expression.
Yep.
Or
They ain't got no money. They ain't
right.
got no honey.
Yep.
The
Yep.
women left them.
I forgot the
Yeah.
name of the guy. He said their pain was felt through the instruments.
There you go.
So
There
they
you go.
channel their pain through the instruments.
That's what made it so great. The
That's what-
experiences that
because
we're going through.
it gives you feeling.
Yeah.
And that's why the music of today is because they took out the blues and they took out the
Yeah.
what made music great.
Right.
The blues and what else? Jazz.
Yep.
That was the foundation of music.
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway, Psalm 50 and
Well, Jake, through so-called hip hop, they talking about, killing another
Yep.
man that looked just like them. So that's that inner hate. And that's part of the curses too.
That's it.
Esau set that up too. That gangster rap shit.
Yep.
Esau,
Well, but
they
you know what?
channeled-
But Jake
Yeah.
played off
with
of
that-
it,
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah.
Jake is part of it too.
Yeah.
He that
Yeah.
is joined unto him shall be slain by the sword.
Yeah.
Thrust through by the sword.
Damn.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because you a lot of you rap heads back then, especially in the West, you sold out, man. You know, started with that gangster shit.
NWA.
Pretty much sold
But a
out.
lot of them don't even know that.
Yeah.
They don't. Esau guides them into that.
Yeah,
and
the top ones
they'll
do.
play on it. Yeah, the top
Yeah.
ones, of course.
Top ones do.
The top ones
Made that backroom deal.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah.
course. But
Sold
these
out to
regular
people.
Jakes that's coming up there,
Nah,
all
they don't
know
know.
is,
Nah, they don't. Yeah.
when you got a triple platinum, quadruple platinum albums, and you famous, and you can hang around Edomite actors and shit,
Yeah.
and rub elbows with them, they done pulled you to the side and gave you that story, man.
Oh yeah.
They told you what you was really all about.
Yeah, like Eazy-E. Why was Eazy-E so tight with Jerry Heller? Come on, Jerry Heller is from a whole different neighborhood than Eazy-E. What made them so? What combined them? What unified them? Jerry Heller set up Eazy-E to demonize with that rap and all that. Bring
All
Jake
that,
down.
all that rap and stuff.
Yeah, all that shit. Bring Jake down. Call the women hoes and all that. It was all set up.
Well, they
man.
wasn't lying about that.
Well, no, they weren't lying,
were
but
telling you.
dramatize it. Dramatize it. Anyway,
Push it to the limit.
yep. Psalm 50 and 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. I guess that's pretty much it.
I got Isaiah 26.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 26 and 20. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah, so in the land of the wicked, the land of the righteous, in the land of Israel,
Fine.
and they doing their wickedness over there, man. They got gay parades, they got people, and they got people committing adultery, and they're not being put to death for it. So that's not the kingdom of heaven. That's not the fulfillment of
Isaiah the second chapter.
chapter,
Yeah.
of Micah the 4th chapter.
All right.
Go ahead.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. It says, Behold, the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
That's right.
I got something real quick. Ecclesiastes 8 and 10. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity.
Yep, that's right.
You know?
That's right. Read that one more time.
Come. It says, and so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity.
Yep, that's right.
Quick precept for you.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 36 and 5. That's what you had? Oh, no, go ahead. You got it, bro.
Yeah, and this is why the Lord is gonna bring these things back to remembrance, because all this wicked shit that Esau did, there's certain things that happened that was forgotten
And we're
about.
the ones that's bringing this back to their remembrance.
Con,
You know, they hate them that rebuketh in the gate.
con.
Yeah, prophet unto the nations. The Lord told Jeremiah, I made you a prophet unto the nations. That's us.
See, they know what's going to happen to them. That's why they're focusing on us, man.
Yeah.
Because we got that truth.
You got it, bro.
Ezekiel 36 verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Thus saith the Lord power, because the enemy have said against you, aha,
The number one enemy is Esau. Go ahead, because he's in the power seat. Go ahead.
even the ancient high places are ours in possession.
They're over there in the land of Middle East. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power,
Look,
surely
if we don't tell you this truth, the Most High is going to do what he's going to do any damn way, man. But the Most High said he's going to set men. Give me the scripture. Second Thessalonians,
Second chapter.
second chapter, and the third verse. Starting the third verse. Let's read that real quick.
This is the book of Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not
There's a
come.
reason why they're not going after the Moors or Kemetic, or they had a thing with the Kemetic Ankenim and Sarnetta about vaccine. They're saying that you're supposed to have your kids vaccinated. Then they had a bunch of Edomites that were saying, no, you ain't supposed to have your children, or you shouldn't get vaccinated. So they had a debate, and all them Jakes said that the Ankenim got blown away, that them Edomites made them look stupid, you know?
Yep.
Because that show you that they were set up, man. The media's not going after them. They mentioning us. They ain't mentioning nothing about the Nation of Islam, because there's no such nation as the Nation of Islam.
Yeah,
man.
right.
That's right.
As long as Farrakhan keep them people asleep,
Yeah.
he's all right with them.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why they come demonizing us because we're telling you the truth.
Might become your enemy because I tell you the truth.
That and might become your enemy because I give you the truth. Go ahead.
Second Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and
Where
that
you reading from?
Second Thessalonians 2 and 3.
Go ahead.
Except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
The son of perdition. And what does the word perdition mean when you look it up? The word perdition means destruction. Go ahead.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Yeah, but when you go to any place of worship in Christianity, dealing with the scriptures, they're all Edomites. They're all Edom, which is Renaissance. I mean, here it is, 2020. God damn it, it's 2020. And you still got people pushing that Edomite bullshit, man.
Yeah.
This past Christmas, you go to certain churches where they had the manger, it would always be the Edomite woman, the Edomite man, and the Edomite child. Which that's complete bullshit, man.
So-called white supremacy.
So they get mad that they're going down. Look, man, your sentence is up, man.
That's it.
Your sentence is coming. You're being exposed. You know, you're on trial. Esau is on trial.
That's
Yeah.
a that's a
The
that's,
Edomites are on trial.
that's a title right
And
there.
all the evidence is coming out against you, man.
Yep.
I got a precept. You all, Professor Austin? I got a precept apostle.
Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich and their own shepherds pity them not.
Read that again.
Thus saith the Lord my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Yeah, Esau commits wickedness against us and say, we didn't do anything more. We're not guilty of nothing. Go ahead.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
All symbols.
Like Farrakhan, good example.
Al Sharpton.
And they know the truth. Martin Luther King, he qualifies because he knew the truth.
Yeah, he knew the truth. Yeah.
There's a picture of him.
He knew that they were Israelites.
Oh yeah, he said, "I've been to the mountaintop. I looked over and seen the promised land." Who was he talking to? Jake. I may not get there with you because he knew they was gonna kill his black ass.
But we as a people,
But
when he
we
said
as-
we as a people, he wasn't talking about white people.
Yeah, exactly.
He was talking about his people, Jake.
Basically, he said, "Oh shit, I'm biting the hand that fed me.
Yep.
They're gonna kill my black." And
No,
very next day, they killed his ass.
Well, when he was giving that speech, when you looked at his eyes, man,
Right.
he knew that something was going to happen to his ass.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah, he was afraid.
Hey, there's pictures of Martin Luther King posing with the Rothschilds, one of the Rothschilds.
I have a little more. It says, and I will feed the flock of slaughter, even you, O poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staves, and one I called beauty, and the other I called bands, and I fed the flock. And that's what we're doing now.
Yep.
Beauty and bands.
That's our job.
Beauty and bands, that's right.
That's our job, man, to feed them. And feed them means to feed them right.
Right.
Feed them with nutrition, not junk food.
That's heavy. It says beauty and bands. The Apostle Paul said, "I am a prisoner." He described himself as a prisoner of Yahweh Shai. It's like a band, you know? You band, you get tied to this, you know?
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
Go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 6, verse 4. That lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches and eat the lambs out of the flock and the calves out of the midst of the stall. That chant to the sound of the viol.
Where you reading from?
Amos chapter 6, verse 4 on down.
Go ahead.
It says that chant to the sound of the viol and invent to themselves instruments of music like David, that drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph.
You could throw Nate in there. Nate would Nate would fit that, you know?
Yeah, because you got these pastors and these ministers that are doing well
Yeah.
as long as they keep that lie going. It's all about keeping that lie going. Let's go back to Thessalonians.
Con, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God,
And that's your Renaissance period, man. Go ahead.
or that is worshipped.
And ain't no Edomite. They're saying, well, if Edomites accept the truth, ain't no Edomite going to accept the truth, man. They ain't going to accept the truth that he's going to be on the bottom.
Nope.
And everything is in heaven is a so-called black. They're not going to accept that, man.
Nope.
They're the ultimate haters. They're the ultimate racists.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Quick precept for you. Psalm 36 and 1. To the chief musician, the Psalm of David, the servant of the Lord, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself up in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil.
Yep.
So that's
Because
different.
he loves evil. You're supposed to hate evil, but he loves evil, man. Let's go back to Thessalonians.
Back 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
So we're in that time right now where he's being revealed. Go ahead.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
So he getting ready to be taken out of the way. Go ahead.
And this is what's going to happen when he's taken out the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed. That's the first step. Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
What is the spirit of his mouth?
We are the prophets.
Us going out there speaking, man.
Yep.
We are the prophets. We are the stead of the prophets. We in the seat of the prophets. We in the position of the prophets. Yep. So if we keep doing this, if we endure to the end, then at the end of the deal, we are the prophets.
Yeah. Hey, the Lord is using us to bring the charges against Esau.
Say again?
The Lord is using us to bring the charges against Esau.
That's right. That's right.
Because
Esau don't like it.
That's right. That's right.
Esau don't like it, man.
You know, the Lord is bringing the charges. He's going through the sentencing period right now, and then the judgment comes after.
Yep.
You know?
And the judgment is going to come quick.
Gone. Swift.
I have a precept.
Go ahead.
This is Luke 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores.
And that represents Israel as a whole. Go ahead.
And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Because what we get is crumbs, man. You get a job. If you bring home $1,000 a week after taxes, you know that's crumbs.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not too many Jake that bring home $1,000 a week, man.
Be lucky if they bring home 5.
That's right. And that's crumbs. Yep. Go ahead.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
That's the Mother Nation's, the little money that you got, they're going to get that too.
Yep.
Hey, I went to, what was that, BJ's? And I saw this, there were 2 Jake women looking at a TV. And they kept looking at the price. Then they walked away. And I said, what the hell were they looking at? It was a 65-inch flat screen TV. You know how much it cost? $349.
Damn.
And they got the 32 inches TV flat screens for $79.
Yep.
You know?
Cheap now.
It's cheap. Cheap ain't the word, man.
Yeah. Hey, because a 65 was there, $1,000 or more
You had
back
to
then?
pay a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
You know?
When it
And
first
then
came
what
out.
the Jake do, they got to get them the flat screen. Even though the one that works in the house works good, but they got a 47-inch or 46-inch. They said, no, I'm getting me a 70-inch.
Yep.
You know? Go ahead.
Verse 22.
But that was set up by China to bring down the prices because nobody's really getting paid. And if the TV set was $500-600, no one would buy it.
Right.
So being that it's $349, they'll buy it.
Right.
You got the little chump change to buy it. You know?
Yeah, plus the expense that they're using to make it is nothing.
That's
You
right.
know, so everything they make on top of that is nothing but
That's
capital
right.
for them.
That's right.
You know?
It's all profit, man.
Profit. There you go. That's the word. Profit.
Quick reset.
Go ahead.
I
Hey,
got-
these high-end stores, they're closing them left and right, man.
Yeah.
These high-end stores, like Fifth Avenue and Madison Avenue, and you go down further down Manhattan, down below, well, it could be above 60th, it could be below 60th. Those high-end stores, they're closing left and right, man. Because people ain't, even the so-called rich are catching hell. Go ahead.
Haggai 1, 5, and 6. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. You have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
Yeah, well, that's the account of them building the house. And well, that's Jake. Jake's supposed to be helping this truth. But they're doing their thing, and they're catching hell with it, man. You know? Hey, you got to watch homelessness. If you go to YouTube, you put homelessness, man. So there's people catching pure D. There's people, you have husband and wife that's homeless, but they work 2 full-time jobs.
Now you know that's bad.
That's bad, man. And they were saying, in France, somebody was saying in France, they said the reason why there's so much rioting because the gas prices and taxes and everything is going up, and they have a new protest. They have a new protest of what was it? There was a pension that the government was going to cut.
Oh, like
So what they're doing is they're raising up gas prices, They're raising up transportation prices. They're either doubling it or tripling it. The new mayor, which is a so-called black woman, she's supposed to be a LGBTQ woman. She just got in office as mayor, and I believe she doubled taxes on everything, or mostly everything. So that's why these people are rioting in Argentina and different places, because of the policies of this country right here.
Right.
And it's up to the job of the American media not to break it down, so you don't know what's going on. All you know is people are rioting. Why? I don't know. Go ahead, Ak.
Yeah, and the price of living is going up, but the paychecks are remaining the same.
The money is going down.
Yep.
The money that you bring home is going down. And they do that, and that's why they set up a Federal Reserve system, because you think $1 10 years ago can buy you the same thing now. It can't.
Possible.
Since we're talking on that, give me James 5. Start from the top. Go ahead, Ak.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him, therefore, is a man of blood.
Is a man of blood. Because anywhere they go, the reason why they're in these other countries is because they're taking the resources.
Yep.
You know, if Iraq and Iran and these other countries, if Afghanistan, their main source is turnips, they ain't gonna attack that place.
No.
There's lithium, oil. There was a whole thing about the oil pipeline, but they don't tell you. That's why you got a lot of people going to alternative media. They're going to Al Jazeera. They're going to RT. They're going to Euro News. They're not watching this American news, man. Just like, well, Trump was right on one thing. This news here is fake news. Go ahead.
Back you up like we read earlier.
Yeah, let him read his. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. Let him read his piece. Go ahead.
To back you up earlier, we read thy tongue frameth deceit.
That's it.
That backs you up. They set up the cover story, but they don't tell you the real reason why they're going into those countries to get their resources.
That's it.
Oh, we're going to fight.
And people with half a brain, they're starting to wake up to it.
Yeah.
The majority of
They're
people
being
not going to
exposed.
wake up because they've been dumbed down.
Devils are being exposed.
That's right.
It says, he that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder.
Read it again. Read that again.
This is Sirach 34, verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder.
There's a bloodshedder, man.
I got a quick one.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 19:17. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he hath given will he pay him again.
Yep.
And that's how you know Esau don't believe in the Most High, because they're not giving to the poor. They're taking from the poor, making
the
themselves
poor around
richer.
here.
Yeah.
Devils don't come down
You're
here. and
manipulating the Federal Reserve's the money, which is not even real money.
Making the ephah. how's that go?
Great and shekel.
Making.
But Esau ain't the devil.
Great. You're making the ephah small and shekel great.
Yeah.
I think that's
Playing with the weight, you know?
right. It's I'm sorry. Amos 8:5 saying, when will the new moon be gone that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great?
Yeah, in other words, making the measurement small, but the money
That's
for
why
that
the Lord
measurement great.
whipped them in the temple.
Yeah.
Because they raised up the price on the shekel.
The half shekel.
The half shekel of the temple.
Con.
Yeah.
Because
from Bill Still.
con. Yeah, that's right.
The
That's right.
half
Half
shekel
shekel.
of the
Yeah.
temple, right?
Yeah.
So
Con.
when the high holy days came in, they raised up the prices of the doves and all that,
Yeah.
and they couldn't pay unless they had to take the Roman money
Con. And
the
convert
denarius
it.
and convert it, so they
Right.
would raise up the prices. And that's why it says table. It says that he turned over the tables,
Right.
because the word table goes into the word bench, which
Right.
goes into the word bank.
Yep.
That's why when you go into a bank, you have what is it? A big bench, a big table.
Big table.
Yep.
And when you open up an account, you sit
At
right
the
in
table.
front of the. Where'd they get that from? They got that from back then, 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's the only time the Lord really lost it, man.
It says making the ephah small, meaning what you're getting is a lot less, and the shekel great.
Weight-wise,
Right.
yep.
So
they
you got
might
to.
give you they might rig the weight
Right.
where you got a pound, but it's really half a pound.
Right.
And you don't know.
Right.
But you don't know if it's a half a pound or not.
Right, right.
And that's what they do in stores.
Right. Yeah.
What they do in stores, they raise up the prices,
Yep.
but then they give you less, like ice cream. There used to be a gallon of ice cream.
Right.
Now it's less than a gallon of ice cream, but it's shaped like the gallon.
Right,
And
right.
they'll advertise it a gallon of ice cream. Ain't no gallon of ice cream.
Right.
But these idiots don't know.
Right. You pay more for less.
Pay more for less.
Yeah, even when you buy like a bag of chips, most of it is air. When you open up the bag, most of it is air.
Oh yeah, you get a big bag of chips, and you open it, there's a couple of chips on the bottom.
Yep.
So this is a
This man's
fucking
a
wicked
devil,
place, man.
That's America.
It says, and falsifying the balances by deceit. Falsifying the balances by deceit.
Yeah, because the dollar, what is it backed by? It's not backed by anything.
But the
dollar
people's
what?
belief in it.
But the credit. That's why they got credit, man.
Yeah.
All right, give me James.
Right
James
there.
5.
James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl.
And we got to go back to Job 20, where we left off. Go ahead.
James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men,
Those are the elite. Go ahead.
weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
So they know that. They read that scripture. They know that it's talking about death. It said, for your miseries, look up the word misery in the blue letter.
Yeah, the word misery. Okay, keep playing.
Strong's G 5004. Taliporia. Taliporia.
What does it mean?
To Liporia, it says hardship, trouble, calamity, misery.
Read that again. Read those definitions again.
From the Greek word taliporia, hardship, trouble, calamity, misery.
So they're going to get trouble. They're going to be in misery. The rich man and Lazarus.
You want a precept? I got a precept for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 24:21. Isaiah 24:21. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high.
Who's the high ones that are on high?
Bankers.
The elite of Esau.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
Where you read from?
Isaiah 24:21.
Go ahead.
And they shall be gathered, 22 now. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited.
Well, we should do a commentary on it. Go to commentary on
Oh,
that and
yeah,
see what
yeah,
they would
yeah.
say. That's Jesus coming.
Yeah.
You know, because you couldn't, you know, hey, brother, I don't even read that shit no more.
Oh, David Guzik.
Them
Whack.
scriptural comment, brother, them motherfuckers are bonkers, man. I had to use that word. I haven't used that word in like 25 years. Them motherfuckers are bonkers.
Yeah, they're crazy.
They off their rocker.
They're off their rockets, man.
Crazy.
And you find out Esau don't know what the fuck is going on.
Nope,
He doesn't
sure don't.
understand this book.
Dave Guzik. First of all, if Dave Guzik, if you knew anything, you have a beard on your face. This guy, his face is baby butt smooth, man.
Baby
No.
butt smooth.
Yeah,
Whose phone is that?
ain't mine.
Probably somebody
Because I got
downstairs.
the,
Same ringer.
you know, hey, who the fuck you calling me?
Yeah, man.
You
One
know,
look.
we never change the ringtone, man. It's too hard. Too
Yeah,
much
one-
trouble.
And that guy, Dave Guzik, I took, you know, when I first looked at him, I said, well, he's supposed to be a Bible commentator. Where's his beard, man? You know? James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire.
Right, eat your flesh as it would fire. It's talking about the missiles. It always comes back to the missiles, man. You know?
Yeah, because in Job 20 it says, when he is about to fill his belly, then shall the Most High rain his wrath
That's why I
upon
said hold that. You know? Go ahead.
and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
We're in the last days. We're in the changing of the guard, so to speak.
Heaping treasure, man.
You know?
Can I just interject real quick?
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. They haven't even come to the realization that they're Esau. They ain't gonna tell you that they're Esau, man. If you can get an Edomite to admit that he's an Edomite, you good.
Yeah.
You good, man.
I just wanted to add to what you said, Apostle. Like when they create that cover story and they go in those lands and steal their resources, right? Under false pretense, they're heaping treasure.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Because the resources is treasure.
Yep.
So
That's it.
Can I read this real quick, Babakasha? This is Habakkuk 2:9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul.
Oh, you might as well go to Amos 9:2.
set his nest on high. Now they're building that space program, right? And they sent out, what is his name? John Glenn. The guy was 77 years old. You know why they did that? Because a lot of those top elites, they're old.
Right.
So they wanted to get the data of how long can a person stay in outer space without their body breaking down. So they sent that guy up there. You know?
That makes sense.
Yeah, the top elite, a lot of them are old. They're up in age. They ain't no spring chickens. You know?
There ain't no chicken spring.
ahead,
Amos 9:2.
Let him bring his piece.
Oh, Salaki.
This is Proverbs 28, verse 8. He that by usury and unjust gain
No, hold up,
increaseth-
stop. What is usury? Well, yeah, interest.
I
Yep.
always forget that word.
It says, he that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor.
Now, right. Now that's gold. They got the gold and the silver, but they're giving you, well, what they did was they took the gold and they gave you the shaft. Right? The shaft
it.
is a Federal Reserve notes.
They gave you the shat.
You know this guy did a song that the dude, famous Amos Moses, Jerry Reed. He did it. I got the shaft, she got the gold, something like that. Yeah, Jerry Reed, the country singer.
Go ahead.
Amos 9:2.
You finished? All right, go ahead.
Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, then shall mine hand take them. And
So
though they
now it doesn't have to say Esau. Well, where's Edom at? Where does it say that's going to happen to Esau? Well, who else is going to happen to, man?
right,
You got the technology, my man.
right,
You can dig down in the earth. You have a thing called DUMS.
right.
What is it?
Deep
Deep underground
military
military bases,
bases, yep.
man.
Who did this?
Who did this? You did that.
And nobody else has the power to do this. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them
The
down.
Hamites can't climb up to heaven. They got a hard time climbing up a goddamn tree for a coconut.
Yeah,
How the hell how the Hamites gonna climb up to heaven, man?
And not even the
Esau can
Sudanese,
climb.
as tall as they are, they can't climb up to
They
heaven.
look like trees.
The Sudanese.
Yeah.
The Sudanese look like trees, man. Amos 9:3, because the Sudanese look like trees. It says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them from
They got
thence.
these mountaintop retreats. Now, what's going to happen when they go into the mountaintop retreats? You know what I want? Y'all know what I want? Y'all no. Jeremiah's good. I'm thinking about the Apocrypha. I'll give you a hint of Apocrypha. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
gonna eat their children, man. They're
right.
gonna eat. They're
Around-
gonna drink their blood.
what is that,
Around
50
about the
something?
50th verse.
Somebody got that?
Yeah.
So you gotta get one, sir? For what?
This is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse.
Hey, precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
Yep, that's right.
Verse 58, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
Yeah, because when they go up into the mountaintop retreats, them Edomites, man, you know, van life and all that bullshit, they're going to run out of food, man.
Yeah, van life.
You know, they're going to run out of food. And if they have children, they're going to eat their children, man.
And that's what Esau calls it, van life.
Yeah, van life. They're going to eat their children. They're going to drink their baby's blood.
And some of those
And we
vehicles,
went
though-
through that shit, man.
Yeah.
Cannibalism. I mean, that's a terrible, that's unthinkable, man.
That's heinous.
You eating the flesh of another person, especially your children or your wife. Can you
crazy.
imagine some shit like that?
That's crazy.
Well, we went through that. So guess what? Esau got to go through that.
Yep.
He's gonna go through it, man. Do we got it? We got it. He just read it. He just read it.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
This is
And
Lamentations.
then we gonna go into Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. We got to go into that, brother, because we're coming to that time. Like I said, go to YouTube and put in. I can watch some videos all night, brother. Put homelessness in California, man. Video after video after video, man. Go ahead.
Lamentations 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Yeah, because that's gonna be a blessing that you die, man. What that movie? What was that movie? Damn, man. The Road. Thank you, brother. With this guy Duval, when he was old, he said something about, oh, you didn't die, you getting ready to die. He said I'm not gonna enjoy such pleasures. Something to that effect.
Yeah,
Meaning
yeah.
it's a pleasure to die, man.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna seek death and not find it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says,
It's gonna watch. It could be this year, and I'm praying that it's this year, or it could be next year.
Who in the car with you?
But that shit is gonna go down quick. Shit is gonna go down south quick, man.
Yep. Well, the prophecy says you shall make them of speedy riddance.
That's it. Yep.
So it's not, yeah.
Yeah, because when the Most High pronounced judgment against them,
going
everything's
speedy.
gonna move quick, man. One
Yeah,
day it's
speedy.
gonna be an average day. The next day, the whole world gonna change. Like the World Trade Center. For the World Trade Center, the whole mentality, the whole planet changed, man.
And then there's another precept where the Lord said, in 1 hour, so great riches has
So
come to.
great, come to naught. Yep, that's the missiles. And them Christian theologians and them people that do commentary, they don't know what that's talking about.
No, those guys are, oh my
And when you
goodness,
when
they're
you go
lost.
to them, you been going to the commentary.
Well, not
When you
Dave
gotta
Goose,
go,
I
you
stopped
gotta
with
go to
him.
the commentary. You can see
Yeah.
how stupid they don't know the truth, man.
Yeah, I could only
And
imagine.
just like it said in Daniel 12 and 10, man.
Yeah.
They don't know these scriptures.
And then the cat, that dude, Dave Goose, he's posing like he's the man, you know?
Yeah, well, that's how Esau is, man.
Esau, you're a joke, man.
Esau thinks he's the shit. Well, that's why they're gonna say in Isaiah 14, is this the man that made the world a trouble?
I got a
That
quick
did
precept.
shake this thing, this little twerp.
Yeah, twerp. Job 30 and 6, quick precept. Job 30 and 6, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves
What
of the
verse
earth.
you at?
Job 30 and 6.
Start at 5.
Okay,
But
Job.
start at 1, because it says a whole lot.
Right, Job 30 and 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Now you might say, well, wait a minute, Esau is older than Jacob. What it means by younger, lower than me. It means lower than me. Go ahead.
Whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Go because they in the bestiality. Go ahead.
Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine, there was solitary fleeing into the wilderness.
And that was during the time period of the Babylonians through the Medo-Persian Empire. Because what you got to understand is some Edomites stayed down in Mount Seir, and some of them went further up. That's why they went up to the caves of the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah.
Now there's no documents on that, because if Esau found the documents, you know he hit him.
He hit him, yeah.
He hit him, man.
He'll do that.
Yeah. And that makes sense because Esau was helping the Babylonians take us down. And you know Esau's a slick bastard, so that way the Babylonians gonna fuck his shit up. So they probably kept some, and the rest they just.
Then they went up into Georgia, Russia.
Yeah.
They migrated up there. Then they stayed down. A lot of them stayed down in Mount Seir. You know.
Yep.
For want and famine,
And just like we were scattered, Esau was scattered too.
he was scattered too.
Why you think Esau is all in America? Why is he running shit? Because the Most High pushed him over here.
Yeah.
For want and famine, there was solitary fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
And they're doing it right now. They're calling him a thief. They're calling him out for who they are, man. Go ahead.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth.
They had to go underground. Literally, they had to go underground. Go ahead.
That's where they get the term Caucasian from.
Caucasian.
Mean
Yep.
cave dweller.
Cave dweller. Yep.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered.
Why you think years ago they used to make these movies?
Quest for Fire.
Quest for Fire, 10,000 BC.
Yep.
All these different movies about cave people that lived in caves, and they were always so-called white people.
Yeah.
Because those were the Edomites, and that didn't take no 10 million years. That
Hell
didn't
no.
happen 10 million years ago, or even 10,000 years ago. That happened about 2,500 years ago.
Check that out. Among the bushes they brayed.
And they wasn't in there for a whole lot of years. Go ahead.
Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools.
And that's the fulfillment of what prophecy? What's the fulfillment of what prophecy?
The Genesis, the third chapter.
Thank you.
Yeah, come. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men.
Base men, low men. Go ahead.
They were violent in the earth.
Go ahead.
How the hell can they come in the truth? Come on, man. You know, they were violent in the earth, and now am I their song.
Now am I their song. That's a proverb, the proverb and the byword in Deuteronomy 28 chapter.
Yeah.
So the reason why they're over us because the Most High raised them up, took a nobody and raised him over us.
May I
The greatest people on the planet Earth.
Oh man, they're a testament to how mad the Most High got against Israel. To raise a fucking
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna say in the kingdom.
Put him over us.
This little motherfucking twerp right here.
This piece of shit.
This piece of shit right here.
Hey, we really pissed the Most High off, man. We took that germ and raised him over us, man.
Yeah. That amoeba.
Well, that's insulting the germ.
Yeah, Can I read this real quick?
Go ahead.
Baruch Shah? This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers. Oh, that's what y'all have? This
Where
matter,
you at, man?
Daniel 4:17.
Go ahead.
This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the Holy One, by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
Yeah, the basis of men. Yep. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 29.
And somebody hold Isaiah 14 because we kept quoting it. Go ahead, Matter of fact, you can go from start from the first. You can read the first two verses, and we might jump around a little bit. Go ahead,
Ezekiel.
No. You know what? Just read that whole. Let's try to read that whole chapter. That's one of the chapters that Ariah used to always go into.
Get
Go
all
ahead.
the meat off that.
Ezekiel chapter 29, verse 15. It shall be the basis of the kingdoms, neither shall it exalt itself any more above the nations. For I will diminish them, and they shall no more rule over the nations.
That's right. They shall not rule no more over the nations.
The basis of the nations. That's Esau.
Oh, the Lord told the serpent that he said you're going to be lower than all the cattle. I forget how.
Yeah, well, when we went through that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And dust
Shall thou eat. Yep,
and
come.
dust is confusion.
Yeah,
that's
because
why. I'm sorry. That's why a man wants to be a woman and a woman wants to be a man. Who really pushed that? Esau. You know?
Hey, well, because they don't know. That's the truth is confusing to them. All they know how to do is do wicked shit. They're experts at that.
All they know how to do. What is that motherfucker? What can he do? All he know how to do is wicked shit.
Hey, well, the Most High made him.
That little red android.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, that's right.
That
Yeah.
android's evil.
I got a precept, a testament to the great power of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
You hit him with a low blow.
The Lord made him to be the
You
wicked.
hit him with a low blow. I can put that guillotine choke on him, man.
And they ain't got no choice.
You jugged him, man.
And like the Apostle Paul.
You jugged him from the back, man.
Like the Apostle Paul said, who have resisted his will.
That was
So
a
the
low
Most
blow.
High, the Most High made them to be the
You're
wicked.
just evil ass robots, man. You know what the fuck you are? It's an evil robot.
Automatons of
We're
disaster.
righteous robots.
Evil bots.
Evil bots.
Wickbot.
E-bots.
E-bots.
Instead of E-bots, it's E-bots.
Yeah.
E-bots.
Go ahead.
E-bots.
Go ahead.
Sirach 33, verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him.
Now you got to go to Romans 9, brother.
God.
Go to Romans 9.
I think he smoked it.
Go to Romans 9 quick.
Who got that?
Hey,
Romans
brother.
9.
There's a little more here.
Go ahead.
You flambéed it.
It says to render to them as liketh him best. Good is set against evil,
Damn, like if it's best.
and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the
I
godly.
remember back in the
That's
day
the-
when you
that's the
speak on
battle.
44 and you brought out good scripture, brother.
Yeah, what's good? Yeah. What's good was that? Yeah. They'll come behind you like this.
Yeah, look at this. Because we don't want to give scriptures out.
Con.
Scriptures, brother.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Acting
gonna
like
say-
it was yours. You know?
You got to get your own.
And I remember I brought out a scripture, and Mo said, "Well, can I borrow that scripture?" I said, "No, you didn't have that scripture."
Con.
And you was the lawgiver. You gave us the law.
The
Con.
high priest Ariel, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, we used to write the notes, like you want to hit a subject.
Con.
And Ariel, I'll have a note, the topic, and Ariel look at it. Then he'll start speaking, he'll start reading my
Yeah.
notes.
Oh man.
Hey,
Yeah.
good scripture,
Some good scriptures. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still do that.
Con.
I put lists together, and I
Con.
never
go
bring
through-
them
yeah.
out,
Hey, but
When we don't have nothing to say, I'll bring them out, but we always have something to say,
Yeah. and then eventually, Spirit will lead it to other
Oh,
scriptures.
you're gonna hit, if you get past 2 scriptures, man, if you can go past 2 scriptures on your list,
You're doing good. Yeah.
You're doing good,
Well, at the end of the day, it ain't us that's speaking. It's the Heavenly Father
It's the Heavenly
that
Father.
speaks through
That's
us,
right,
you know?
that's right.
So you can plan all you want to. Heavenly
right,
Father
that's right.
having you speak.
You have the scriptures that just in case.
Yeah, just in case. A quick
Go ahead.
precept for the
All right,
benefit.
go ahead.
For the benefit of the camera. Exodus 4:10. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. And the Lord said unto him, Who have made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb or the deaf or the seeing or the blind? Have not I the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. So that ain't changed. So the Most High is with the mouth.
It's not you that's meditating not on what you're going to say, because
Yep.
it's going to be given to you by the Father,
In
man.
that very hour, what you shall say.
I got Romans.
Go ahead.
Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore hath he
Well, he
mercy.
did that in Egypt or Mizraim, and that's why Balak wanted Balaam to curse Israel, because he saw the power that they were coming with, man. And we're gonna come out with power again.
Yeah.
They came out with great substance, and we're gonna come out with great substance again. Because this is gonna be a world event.
Yep.
When the Most High beams up the elect, it's gonna be a world event. The whole world's gonna know about it, man. While they weeping over Babylon being on fire, they all gonna talk about them ships, the missiles. Then we're gonna land back down and we're gonna gather their asses up, man.
Quick precept, Psalm 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth.
That's right.
It says, therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will?
Because at the end of the day, it's all about the Most High. First of all, the Most High is in heaven and you are on the earth. You are nobody, man.
That's right.
You are nobody. So if the Most High wants to do what he want to do, there's nothing you can do about it. Because he can make you disappear.
That's it.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead, Doc. Bring mine out.
Psalm 75, verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east nor from the west.
Yeah, because Esau think he came to power through his own doings.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another.
Plain and simple. It's all about the Most High. Go ahead, Art.
This is Job
And then we're going to
chapter
go into Isaiah 14.
Job 33 verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions.
Precept.
Hey, so ultimately, Trump, when he dropped that bomb on this guy, the second in command of the Iran government, that was the Mossad that made him do that. The Mossad set putting everything in gear. How the hell can Donald Trump said he did that to stop a war? No, you started a war. You started a war. You know? But like I said, this is World War III ain't coming no time soon. The War of Armageddon ain't coming no time soon. All right? Because there has to be a major prophecy before that takes place. You got that, Mama Waldy?
I was just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
What's up, Mama Waldy?
Yeah.
What's up,
Hey, you
cuz?
done walk up to the mark of the beast being the chip, man. I'll see you later on. Mama Waldy,
Jeremiah 10 and 23.
a.k.a. Black Optimist.
Yeah. you got-
AKA Blackula.
Hey, man, he really likes us, man. You know? Hey, man, I don't mind him. If you notice, I hardly ever even take his things.
Me either.
Because you know what? Other people, it adds to the flavor. You
Well,
know?
it's balanced.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have the
But
salt.
sometimes you'll say something off, you know, off the track. Man, I'm taking you off.
Yeah.
Come up with a new avatar, man.
Yeah. Jeremiah 10 and 23, real quick. Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself.
Where you read from?
Jeremiah 10 and 23.
Go ahead.
Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps.
Yep. And that goes with our Proverbs. Man's going up the Lord, and how can a man then understand his own ways? Like if you go to the red letter Bible, it will lead you to that scripture in Jeremiah that you just read. Where we at?
Isaiah 14th chapter.
Go ahead, let's go.
Isaiah 14
Go.
and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
So when did that happen? When did that take place?
Ain't happened yet.
Oh, that took place in 1948. Okay, well,
Yeah, right.
Where are the other tribes at? Where's the rest of the tribes? That's my question. You know, where's the tribe of Issachar? You know, where's the tribe of Ephraim? Where's the tribe of Benjamin? Where's the tribe of Levi? Where's the tribe of Asher? Where's the tribe of Naphtali? Where's some other tribes at? Huh?
That's it. Scriptures speak about 12 tribes.
Scriptures speak about 12 tribes.
Yeah, where's the elect, you know? Where's the foundations of the different...
Revelation 21.
Yeah,
12 pillars,
yeah.
you know.
The angels, where's the
What are
gates?
the names of the apostles?
Apostles, yeah.
12 apostles. Yep.
The gates with the pearly gates with the angels.
Yep.
Gates of pearl,
Yep. Where the streets of gold?
streets of gold.
Why is there wars going on? So, and that's why they really can't deal with us, man.
No.
They got to come in a deceptive manner. Go ahead, Ak.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
Now you got camps out there saying the strangers are talking about other nations cleaving unto us, wanting to be us, and they got that from High Priest Ariah. High Priest Ariah went off on that. The scriptures say great men are not always wise. Ariah got that wrong. Those strangers are other Israelites. Just like when we heard our teachers, we were strangers. And then we cleaved onto this. Then we became teachers, and y'all were strangers. You didn't know who the hell you were. Then you listened to some of the videos and saw us on the street, and then you went to sleep and you kept thinking, I can't wait till next week. You know?
Yeah.
And then you came into the picture, you know? And others came in after y'all. Those are the strangers, man. Go ahead.
Quick precept to back you up. Exodus 22 and 21. Thou shalt not vex a stranger, nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Yep.
And then Moses named his son Gershom, which means what?
Stranger. Yep.
Stranger.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So once you came into this, you cleaved to this, man. Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the
Now
land.
them are who? The enemies. Go ahead, starting with Esau. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
Where's the land of the Lord?
Israel.
Over there in the Middle East, Jerusalem, Palestine. Go ahead.
For servants and handmaids.
So what does that mean? Servants and handmaids.
Slavery.
Bondmen and bondwomen. Slavery. Go ahead.
And they shall take
And they
them.
got a movie called The Handmaid's Tale, which came back out in the 90s, and they made a remake of it. And they showed you those women that they were popping as concubines, or not midwives, maid servants. They were popping because their wives couldn't give birth. So they put these women in slavery, man. So that's why it's called a handmaid's tale. A handmaid is what? A slave woman.
And the word woman means servant, means slave.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, because when you go in the scriptures, it tells you the job of a woman.
Hey, Sarah had a handmaid. Hagar was one of the handmaids. Leah and Rachel, they had handmaids. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, the Bible tells you the job of a woman, to bear children, guide the house. Basically, the slave.
And in the kingdom, our women are going to have handmaids too.
Yeah.
They don't have slaves under them. And that's what Esau don't want, man. Esau don't want to face reality, but he's going to have to face reality, man. Yeah. And if you stop this whole thing, all you're going to do is make the Most High bring this thing. Please stop it. Get us off YouTube and all that, man.
Yep.
Stop this thing, then the Most High is going to come.
And I was watching one video, the dude said they did a survey that women are more happier when they're at home, taking care of the children, guiding the house.
Yep.
Even those so-called, and he went into the video, he showed the statistics. The career women, they're not really happy.
Oh, no, they're not happy.
No matter how much
they're not happy at all. They're not happy at all.
Yeah, no matter how much they excel in their career, they're not happy. Their real career is guiding, if they have children, guide the children and guide the house.
Yeah, this one chick was saying that she don't mind. She said, look, I'll be at home cooking, cleaning. This work shit is bullshit. She said, I'll get on my knees if I got to. She was like, you know, whatever she got to do. Just she might have been an Edomite, or might have been one of the Latin tribes. But she was saying she wanted to be at home, you know.
Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Well, it's not like that now, but when the kingdom comes, these women are going to get right back in order.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to get right back in order. The order's going to be set, man. But these women on this side, they're going to be, most of them going to be wiped out.
Yeah. I got a precept to back you up, brother. Titus 2, 4, and 5. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed.
Yeah.
Now there's another one. What is that? Is that 1 Timothy 5 or 1 Thessalonians
1 Timothy 5. Yeah.
1 Timothy 5. Go right to the point.
That's part of the new world order.
That's why these women are not happy in that so-called career. That's your real career, what the Lord said.
Yeah, but Esau came up with that divide and conquer shit. And he knows that you break up Jake's family, you know. Or
Yeah, this is not a happy world. This is not a peaceful world.
it's not a peaceful world.
No peaceful world.
This is 1 Timothy 5, verse 14.
You can
I
start
will
at
therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
you could read actually start from 11.
Start from 11. No, that's what I wanted. Yeah. Go
This
ahead.
is verse 11. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against
One time meaning undisciplined. Go ahead.
against the
Like
house,
our women. They're wild, man. They're like wolf packs, man.
Loud. Like the
Now,
earlier.
that's why nobody. And a lot of these Jakes, they be dealing with the Edomite women, man.
Hell yeah.
And there was one thing I saw on one of them videos, homelessness, and this Edomite woman, the Jake man, this big dog Jake man let her in the house. So she said, "Now I'm with my boyfriend. I'm not homeless no more." He wasn't doing all that good by himself, but they had a roof over their head.
Right.
This guy was leaning back watching TV, right? Then he stuck his hand out, right? And when he stuck his hand out, she took the cream, what do you call that? The
Oh,
cold
whipped cream.
Cold cream. He went like this. He wouldn't even look at it. He went. It's an Edomite bitch. Then he went. Hey, but you know what? She better not buck up. Or she gonna get kicked right out, man.
Yeah.
And that's a little inkling of how when Jake gets in their power. When Jake gets in their power,
Royalty.
you gonna know about it, man.
Royalty.
And we all gonna be arrogant.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna look down on you, man.
We're gonna look down on you.
Yeah.
We gonna be a somebody, and they're gonna be a nobody.
Con.
Right. Right.
But Bakashah, let me find this.
And it's gonna start with the elite, the super rich. It's gonna start with them.
Oh yeah.
Because they're gonna escape the destruction.
Yeah. Well, we just read it earlier, Isaiah 24. They shall be thrown into the pits.
No, that was one of my favorite scriptures, man.
How you get around that?
Con.
After many days, they're going to be visited. So obviously, they're not going to die from the destruction.
Con. Isaiah 61:6. But you shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall you boast yourselves.
Be arrogant.
Yep.
Verse of Timothy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Back in 1 Timothy 5, verse 11, but the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Yahushua, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith. And withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies.
Get gospels, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Like in,
And you know what a woman hates? If she ain't got a man, and her girlfriend got a man, and they doing good, she hates that, man.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Like in that sitcom, Good Times, you had Willona.
Yeah,
Typical black woman,
that was
man.
typical black woman. That motherfucker's business, man.
Yeah, couldn't
know?
stay at home. She always,
Yep.
Why y'all should just walk in there?
Yep.
You know?
Well, what's this guy that did it? The so-called
Norman
Jew-
Lear.
Norman Lear. That show you that the so-called Jews know exactly how, Jake lived.
Yeah,
He got it down to a science.
yeah.
And they made that sitcom. I think that was Norman Lear too. Chico and the Man. Was that Norman Lear?
She what?
Chico and the Man.
Chico and the Man.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, they got the Puerto Rican or the
Yeah.
Mexican
Yeah,
down
yeah.
to a science.
Yeah.
And then the guy, the head character, was a so-called Jew.
I think.
Oh, Sanford and Son.
Yeah, the same
They
guys
showed
who
you
did
how
Sanford and Son
Yep,
did that
yep,
Chico and the
yep.
Man, I believe. I got to check it. Also,
I thought it was Norman Lear, but
yeah, you had three guys, Saul Turtle Tab, or
I don't.
I be seeing it.
But they were so-called Jews.
So-called Jews, yeah.
Because
yeah.
so-called Jews do run Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
All those different movies, TV shows that came.
Matter of fact,
Because
I'm
they
looking
have
at-
creative mind. You got to give them that. They had creative minds, you know.
Yeah,
Just a little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says, speaking things which they ought not. That was a point.
Speaking things what they ought not, being out of order. No, read on. There's more to it.
14, I will therefore that the younger woman marry,
In other words, you got to get married. Go ahead.
bear children, guide the house, give
Right.
none occasion to
Not
the adversary.
not no career woman.
I got some information.
It says, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, for some are already turned aside after Satan. If any man or woman that believeth have widows, let them relieve them, and let not the church be charged, that it may relieve them that are widows indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy who created, you mentioned Chico and the Man, the guy who created, the show was created, this is from Wikipedia. The show was created by James Comack. Now I'm going to click on James Comack. Personal life.
Cormac must be a so-called Jew,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure he's a so-called Jew. Doesn't say his background.
They control Hollywood, so.
Yeah. Doesn't say his background.
Amalek in Hollywood.
There's a reason behind that, you know.
Yeah.
They
It said
didn't want to find out who he was.
it said he created Chico and the Man and helped produce Welcome Back Carter.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Back to Isaiah.
Isaiah. Yep.
Back in Isaiah 14, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Now you can't get around that. We were captives under somebody. When Israel was captive under somebody, so they're going to be those people that put us in captivity. They're going to be in captivity under us.
It says, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
And they shall rule over their oppressors, the people that oppressed us. And you got an Ammonite begging for money. Go back to your country, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the
Now,
heart.
when did this take place, Vocab Malone?
Yeah, right.
When did this take place? Everyone, remember we went to the commentary on that?
Yep.
And they gave you all kind of nonsense, man.
We want some dates, documents.
Yep. Go ahead.
Quick
read
precept
on.
for you.
Go ahead.
Hebrews 4:9. There remaineth therefore rest to the people of the Heavenly Father.
Yep. Which are the Israelites.
Yeah, because you could be driving, fucking a cop, you don't even have to put his wheelers on, but that sense of fear.
Yeah.
Well, even if he's not following you, but you think, because
Yeah.
Big condition,
them
yeah.
cops, they pull over everybody, man. They pull over Edomites now. I'll be passing a car, notice that Jacob be a damn Edomite, all frustrated looking. They don't give a damn. They getting all that money.
Yeah, the money.
You know?
They getting all the shekels.
This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. It says, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
That's it. And that city is the kingdom.
God,
The kingdom of heaven.
this is not your
Read
rest.
that. Oh, I got it. Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction.
Yep.
And even the very skies are polluted. You got the chemtrails, man.
Oh yeah,
You got the food is polluted, GMOs.
yeah.
Who we got to thank for that?
Esau.
Devil, Esau.
Yeah, and if you get involved in the system, it's going to give you a sore destruction because the final analysis is the destruction, nuclear destruction.
Yeah, how many, let's take a look at Hollywood. How many lives of Jake has Hollywood destroyed? You know?
Got another one real quick.
Yep.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 16. But now they desire a better country, that is, and heavenly, wherefore Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not ashamed to be called their power, for he had prepared for them a city.
Yeah, and that city is talking about the kingdom of heaven. You got it.
It's like I have a precept. This is Isaiah 40, verse 1. It says, comfort ye my people, saith your power.
You just read that he prepared you a city. Remember what Yahweh Shai said? I go to prepare a place for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what you had? The precept. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yahweh Shai said, I go to prepare a place for you.
Yep.
Now, that was more than 2,000 years ago.
Yep.
So that's got to be one hell of a place, man. You know?
Other planets and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
And then he told us about in my father's house and many mansions, which he was talking about the other planets.
Yeah.
If it were not so, I would have told you.
Yeah, because think about it. If Israel, if we're going to be like as the sands of the sea and as the stars of heaven, earth can't contain all of Israel.
Lengthen thy cords.
Lengthen thy cords,
You're gonna
strengthen thy stakes.
Yep.
You got
This is Isaiah 40 and 2. It says, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. The voice of him that crieth in the, and this is the prophecy, the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our power.
And who did that?
Bivens.
Yeah, Abba. Yep. John the Baptist.
John the
Because
Baptist.
they asked him, are you John the Baptist? He said, no. He said, who are you? He said, I'm one crying in the wilderness. So he told him he didn't understand that he was John the Baptist, but Elijah, but he
Done.
did
Right.
say it, you know.
Done.
His spirit beareth witness.
Man, back in Bivens' day, it was super wilderness. You know, at least more of Jake's know the Israel now. But back then, when Bivens was teaching, man, how many,
When he used to teach
man,
in Harlem, and I did that myself, he used to teach on a ladder.
yeah,
And me and Ariella used to do that. We
Yeah.
used to get a ladder, stand on the ladder and speak.
yeah,
You know, because Ariella told me, I said, I'm going to do that my dance out, man.
yeah.
Back then, they would have, they show you that in the movie X, Malcolm X, where they had the different preachers. They would
Right,
be on
right.
a
Oh,
ladder.
yeah.
So Abba was one of them guys on the ladder, man. You know? teaching that word, and that's the fulfillment of him coming back.
Yeah.
Because Yahweh Shai said he's gonna come back 2 times. He's gonna come back as John the Baptist, and he's gonna come back as who he's gonna come back in the future, which that points straight directly to Abba Bivens. You know, he's Elijah.
Yeah. Well, we believe that by faith. So don't bother coming up. Can you guys prove it?
Yeah, we can prove it with the scriptures. Well, I can't see it. Well, you ain't meant to see it, man.
You ain't meant to see
Bam, bam.
it. Truth ain't for everybody. It's only for the elect.
Go ahead.
This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh.
Now, the great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh, when you start at the first verse, the day will come that shall burn as an oven. Yea, all the proud Esau, and all that do wickedly Esau
Shall be stubborn.
shall be stubborn.
And that ain't talking about Elijah Muhammad, because he came teaching a whole nother doctrine. Right?
No, that's not Elijah Muhammad. It's not Elijah Muhammad. Because he would have taught the people that they were Israelites. And he came out of that, I believe he came out of that too. That whole
Islam
commandment keepers. There was a whole bunch of them. Rabbi Matthews, Abba.
That makes
There was
sense.
a whole bunch of them, just like us now. There was a whole bunch of them back then.
That makes
And
sense.
they broke off, just like we doing today.
Yahweh ben Yahweh, he was another one. Yeah, these jakes rise up, they become full of themselves. You know, like the scriptures say, knowledge puffeth up, so they became.
You got to keep this thing simple, man.
gotta keep it simple and
we
humble.
come out here on the highways and the byways.
Yeah.
Then we do our sit downs and that's it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And we deliver the knowledge in humility and sincerity. Humility and sincerity. You got it.
It says, and he shall turn the heart of the people, of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers.
Wait a minute, Elijah Muhammad didn't do that. He's teaching some way, some crazy.
He didn't teach them that they were Israelites.
Yeah.
So those fathers that turned to their children, that's reincarnation.
Con.
Reincarnation.
Con.
With Ariyah, High Priest Ariyah, King Mashah, Yaquab. And then you had men under them, Shai and them, Hab, Shah, Zak. And they taught us too.
Yeah. Like Yahweh Shai said, wisdom is justified of her children.
Of our children.
Con.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. It says, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
See, that should be, that means before I come and smite, before I destroy this place. He gonna wake us up before he destroy this place.
Yeah.
So even the disciples didn't understand. The Lord went over their head, man.
Yeah, he did. He sure did.
Even John the Baptist didn't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why he said, I'm not Elijah.
Right.
Go ahead, Oz.
Matthew 17, verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? And
So the
Yahushua
scribes
answered,
knew that Elijah was going to come back. So the scribes understood reincarnation. And he already told them that in Matthew's 11th chapter. They still couldn't get it. Then they finally woke up.
it says, and
Them
Yahushua,
disciples were simple.
Yeah.
Oh, going off. The disciples were simple.
They were.
Yeah, they were simple, man.
Boy, Yahweh Shai said, are you yet without understanding
That's
too?
it. That's it.
Yeah, when he said, I have meat to eat.
Us right here, we know more than the disciples in the past, man. We know more than the prophets.
You know they're gonna have a problem with that.
Let them. Let them.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Let them
If I may say, Yahweh
Let
Shai
them
said,
wait.
he said to them, I have meat to eat you know not of.
And he went over their head on that.
He thought they thought he
Yeah.
was talking about
Yeah,
actual
because they were
meat.
going to
Did
get
somebody
meat.
bring him
They're
something to
going-
eat?
They said, we going to get some meat.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them,
Hey, we used to joke around. I said, where you going to? I said, I'm going to get some meat. He know what that means.
Oh yeah, go
You
and
know?
get a chick.
Yep. He said, I have meat that you know not of.
Have meat you know not of.
it says,
Go ahead.
You don't mess with another man's meat.
Go ahead.
Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things.
When did that happen? I'm asking you. Read it again.
It says that Yahushua answered
Wrong.
and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things.
When did that happen?
Abba Bivens.
Thank you. Got it right now. Go ahead.
But I say unto you that Elias is come already, And
So
they
the
knew
first time he said Elijah is gonna come, and that was Abba, and he said, but he already came.
Right.
You know?
Because back then Israel knew they were Israelites. This time the Lord used them to bring Jake back.
Exactly.
So, you
Exactly.
And then when Bivens came on the scene, he was teaching about Jake's being Israel, being Israelites.
Yeah. Well, that's part of Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones.
Stop it,
Because
Elder.
at first the bones came together, but they had
No breath.
They had no breath.
Had no breath. Yep.
And then they came together, and then this time they had the breath. You know?
Because there's really no disputing as to who we are, and there's no dispute as to who Esau is, man. And you know what? Now Esau knows the world knows who Esau is because of us.
Right.
And that's why they mad at us, man.
Yeah, matter the truth.
Tough.
says, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them.
Yep, that's right. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Yep.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's what prophecy is all about. You know, and these prophecies have to be fulfilled before the end can come. There can't be a change of worlds until all the prophecies are fulfilled.
Quick precept.
Prophecies have to be spoken by men that the Most High chose, and that's why ain't nobody really watching them black conscious motherfuckers, man. And then when you watch them, they're, you know, having debates. Everybody getting tired of that, man. So this is the truth. This is the way. Oh, give me that. This is the way. Walk in Isaiah.
This is the refreshing.
Yep, Isaiah. What is that? Isaiah 30.
Quick precept while he's getting it.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto
Where you
me.
reading from?
Isaiah 55 and 11.
Go ahead.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Sweet. Increase apostle. This is Psalm 68, verse 11. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it.
Sweet.
All the prophets.
Oh,
How beautiful are the feet of them.
2 Peter 1,
Romans 10.
2 Peter
1 and 19. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left.
So we're giving Jake the way through YouTube. We're feeding them through YouTube.
And it goes on to say, You shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast
Your
them.
idols, your religions, your belief systems.
God.
Hey, the ones that can't get it at the end, when the Most High is going to cut, you know, let the curtain come down, the ones of you that's following something else, you're just going to die.
Con.
Just plain and simple. You going to die.
God. It says, Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth. Thou shalt say unto it, Get thee hence. You know, then shall he give the rain of thy seed, that thou shalt sow the ground withal, and bread of the increase of the earth, and it shall be fat and plenteous. In that day shall thy cattle feed in large pastures.
And what does it say the first, when you go to doctrine, the first scripture that come up in Deuteronomy, my doctrine
Shall drop down.
shall drop down from the heavens. And that's what's happening, man. Oh, this, when we go on YouTube, right? It does not go up into the heavens?
Yep.
Doesn't it go up into a satellite?
Yep.
And then it drops down
Right.
to the
The dew.
that's the dew.
Yeah.
That's the dew.
'Cause the dew-
It's gonna do what it do.
That's it. And the dew, it waters the earth, it waters the ground.
Saturates everything.
Yep, that's right.
It
That's right.
saturates
That's
everything.
it. That's it.
You know?
And it's like in that, and that's what causes
Right now,
the fruit to grow.
it's been misty all day.
Yeah.
It's been cloudy and overcast. But all the streets, everything's got dew on it or water. You know, moisture.
Yeah, before it rained, that's how the Lord
Oh
called
yeah,
it.
definitely. Well, in certain places, upstate, down south, If it doesn't rain for a week, you get up in the morning, the grass is wet. Why? Because that's the mist.
The mist,
That's
yep.
the dew.
Do. It says, then shall he give the rain of thy seed, that thou shalt sow the ground withal, and bread of the increase of the earth, and it shall be fat and plenteous. In that day shall thy cattle feed in large pastures, the oxen likewise, and the young asses that ear the ground shall eat clean provender, which hath been winnowed with the shovel and with the fan. And there shall be upon every high mountain and upon every high hill rivers and streams of waters in the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall.
Well, we know it ain't talking about. It ain't talking about them towers.
Con. It says, moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days. In the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people, and healeth the stroke of their wound.
Yeah, you going? Oh, Hosea 6 and 2. Get that.
Could somebody grab that real quick?
I got a quick
I'm gonna get
precept.
Amos.
Go ahead.
Quick precept. Ezekiel 36 and 25. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
Yeah, because that's the new covenant. Because they asking on YouTube whether we in the new covenant. No, we're not in the new covenant, man.
Nope.
We're in between, you can say, the old covenant and the new covenant. The old covenant is when you look at the laws and you say, well, let me follow these laws.
Right.
The new covenant is when the Most High programs you to keep the laws.
That's
Right
it.
here.
Gonna make us perfect, man. Perfect.
Ezekiel
And that
36.
further proves that we're robots for the Most High.
Con.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, you know, like this phone, it has the word already programmed in it. That's so you can pull it up. It's already in there. So in the kingdom, the word is going to be programmed inside of us.
That's it.
We just read it.
You know?
The Lord said, the Lord said, I will put my spirit within you. Ezekiel 36 and 27. I will put my spirit
And that's
within
the
you.
breath in Ezekiel 37.
37,
That there was no breath in it.
And that's why
And
earlier,
you got Jakes coming together knowing that they're Israelites, but they don't believe that the Messiah came. They're
Right.
Old Testament Israelites, you know?
right. Yeah, that's why earlier we read
Oh,
this.
you got Jakes, I'm sorry, you got
Yeah.
Jakes that know that they're Israel, but Edomites can make it. Right. You know?
Yeah,
Other nations can make it. So they don't have the breath.
Yeah, that's right. Now, earlier we read about the sun being 7 times brighter.
Yep.
That's because the Lord say He gonna put His spirit within us, so we all gonna have wisdom. There ain't gonna be no bugged out Jake in the kingdom. You know. I'll just finish it. Ezekiel 36,
Yeah, from the
37.
least of them to the greatest of them.
Yeah. And I will put my spirit within you. All of us are going to be wise, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you shall keep my judgments and do them. So by default, all of us are going to be wise, knowing the statutes, the judgments. You got it.
Yeah, I have a quick. This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 17, verse 16. It says, every man from his youth is given to evil, neither could they make to themselves fleshly hearts for stoning. Speaking about now. In other words,
You can't afford, you can't, well,
Except Lahab.
well, except for Lahab. That's why he's teaching the Edomites can make it, you know?
I got the heart of flesh. I don't have one.
That doesn't apply to me.
He fucked up.
It doesn't apply to me.
No, you done fucked up,
He
right?
did what Saul did. Saul
Yeah.
was doing his righteousness. Rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft.
Dang.
Go ahead.
This is James chapter 5, verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it,
Right.
until he receive the early and the latter rain.
Because you got to
That's right.
plant the seed, then you got to cultivate it, you got to water, you got to watch it. It takes time. You got to wait for it to grow, then you can reap the fruits of the benefit. That's the kingdom.
Yeah, that's the Feast of Weeks. And at the end of under the year, you got another Feast of Weeks.
Yep.
Which
You
means you got to do the work.
ingathering, you know?
Yeah, which
You
means you
do
got
that
to
in the beginning of the springtime and at the end of the summertime.
Yep.
Oh, the harvest.
That's
is
why it
part-
said former and latter rain. What does it mean by former?
The early.
But give me, what does it mean? No.
Receive the laws.
No. It's actually talking about the Feast of Weeks. When the Passover came, after the Passover, you started spreading this seed.
Yep.
Then, like 2 months later,
Yep.
then you got the increase.
Yep.
So that's the former rain, and the latter rain is at the end of the year.
Right.
Now, on the spiritual note, you're right on that.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah, because then you would plant again and then get.
you would plant again. You would get two crops
Yep.
out of that whole year.
That's a blessing.
That's a
That's why the
blessing.
Lord said that.
And that's why that's why the Most High liken us what we're doing as going out in the field. What is that? Luke 10:1, 10:3 around there. You can start at 1. And that's why the Apostle Paul said in season and out of season. So just like you plant at the various seasons, well, when you plant this time,
Right.
you got to do it now the season. You got to do it in the wintertime, man. Hey, this is the first week of January, right? 2020.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, it hasn't been that. I mean,
So far,
February.
yeah.
February, you just got to get your mindset for February.
Man, the end of what was it? November and December was cold as hell.
Hell yeah.
Unseasonably cold.
It's like winter came early.
But now today is like what the weather that should have been in November.
One more verse.
Go ahead.
It says, "Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh."
That's it. That's it.
I got Luke 10. Luke chapter 10, verse 1. After these things, the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them 2 and 2 before his face into every city and place, whither he himself would come. Therefore said he unto them, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few.
The harvest is who? The people.
Yep.
The laborers are us that go out on the highways and the byways.
Right. And the scripture said that the seed is the word. So that's being planted in the minds of Israel, and it's only taking root in the elect.
Right. Break up thy fallow ground.
Stop it, elder.
Yeah, well, before you plant, you got to break up the ground first.
That's
Break up
right.
the ground, and then put the seed.
Then
That's
you
it.
put the seed.
Then cover it up.
Then you cover that.
Then you water.
So that takes work. That's labor.
right.
That's why we call laborers, man.
Nah.
We are laborers together with the Most High. We are his husbandry. We are his building.
Yeah, and if you
right,
don't
that's
work,
right.
you don't eat.
If you don't
That's
work,
right.
you don't eat.
Come
You
on.
know?
It says, therefore said he unto them, the harvest truly is great, but the
Oh,
laborers are few.
So like elder, the husbandman shall be first partaker of the fruits.
Right.
Because he worked to plant the fruits.
That's only right.
Right.
So like, hey, you got it.
So it says, pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he
If
would
I give you
send.
spiritual things, should I not receive
Yep.
carnal
Yeah,
things?
carnal.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And we don't ask you guys out there for money, even though by rights we have the right to. But we don't ask you for money. No, you brothers donate because you know within your spirit it's the right thing to do.
And we give you the word freely.
Yeah.
Don't charge you for it. Don't sell your t-shirts.
Yeah, don't
It
sell
said in
you.
Isaiah, it says, "Wherefore shall you spend money for that which is not bread?"
Yeah.
You donating, but you're getting bread. You're getting fed. You're getting fed with the bread.
Cast that bread upon the waters, and after
Yeah.
many days you shall find it.
That's right.
Or money.
It says, pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into his harvest.
Yeah, because he said it. He put it in our spirit to do this, man.
Oh,
And we've been doing this so much, we don't even think about it. We know, well, here comes so-called Saturday. We got to go
what
out,
we gotta do?
you know?
Jeremiah 3:15 to back you up, Apostle. Jeremiah 3:15 says, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding."
Yeah, because you got pastors out there that are not feeding them with the right knowledge,
Yeah.
not giving them the right spiritual nourishment, you know? So now let's go back to Isaiah. Isaiah 14.
Back in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4, it says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say,
So now, if you went to the commentary, I don't know what you would get with this verse right here, you know?
You want me to put
Hey, the
one
king,
in?
the
Madness.
king don't even know. I don't even want to get ahead of it. I don't feel like getting ahead of it right now.
Don't
Hey,
even.
read again.
this is Isaiah 14 and 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
So the king of Babylon is not talking about Nebuchadnezzar. All right? It's not talking about ancient Babylon. Ancient Babylon is already passed. Ancient Babylon got destroyed. All right? It's talking about this Babylon today. Isaiah 47 tell you that this is the daughter of Babylon. Psalms, what is that? Psalms 137 and 8, 7 and 8. It equates Babylon with Edom.
Okay.
You know,
The daughter of Babylon.
the daughter of Babylon. Isaiah the 13th chapter, when it speaks about Babylon, it's talking about the daughter of Babylon. It's talking about this place right here. And you got these, the U.S., they got the military going over to, remember when they went into Iraq in 91 and they went back in 2001? They were telling the troops that that Babylon's coming back into power and we got to destroy it. That's what they were telling the troops, man. Well, they don't know what's going on. The Babylon that is talking about now is right here in America. Go ahead, Doc.
Like that scripture you read earlier, that frame of thy tongue with deceit.
Yep.
That's these devils, man. That's what they do. Create all these lies.
Go ahead.
It says, and say, how have the oppressor ceased?
Cease. Yep. The oppressor is this man.
Esau.
You know? Hey, they got lights now. You drive too fast. You drive one mile over the speed limit, and they're gonna take a picture, and they send you the bill in the mail. You know?
Yeah, the Most High gave us 613 laws. Esau got and counted 2,500 laws, something like that.
More than that.
Well,
Because they got laws for each state. Each state have their own laws.
Man.
Then you got the federal law, which is United States Code. Then you got all these other laws,
Sub-laws.
Yeah. well,
sub
that's true.
laws, you know?
Sub laws, section so
Then-
and so, section.
Weren't those court cases considered to be laws also?
Those are laws, yeah. Common
that.
law. It's called common law. Yep. And there's always new laws. That's why you have a sitting Congress, because they're always coming up with new laws. You know?
And the Heavenly Father's laws make sense. Esau's laws don't make no damn sense. That's why every they have to renew it, they have to revise it. You know? Wait a
That's
minute.
meant to confuse the people.
Yeah.
You know?
The Lord gave Moses the law. When did he revise it? All those years ago, he gave Moses the law. Has the Lord ever revised the law? No. He said, well, a new commandment I give you.
They cast their word behind it.
Yeah.
Word behind it.
Somebody might say,
They
well,
don't
he
judge
said,
you out of the Bible.
yeah.
Ain't no judge ever opened up the Bible
Nope.
and read out the law.
Yeah,
So these are not the people of the Lord.
hell no. Yeah, they might say, well, the Bible says a new law. Yeah, the new law that Yahushua gave was based upon the old law.
At Daniel 7, they shall seek to change times and laws.
Times and laws.
So they did away with the scriptures.
Yep.
And they brought you their laws.
Yeah. So don't say that, well, the scripture say a new law I gave you. That was based upon the old law.
Right.
The new commandment that Yahushua gave. The Lord didn't revise his law. Esau revised his law. They go back and change. Well, we got to change this and change that.
Where we at?
Isaiah 14, verse 4, I'm going to read again. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
So who's the current king of Babylon? Donald Trump.
Yep.
But who's the real king of Babylon? The elite that's over them. And the average American person, they're talking about vote for this guy, vote for that guy. They don't, as far as they can see, the highest level that they can see in government is the president,
Yeah, the
vice
president.
president. They don't know that there's a secret government, a shadow government behind them and tell them what to do. Because these people, thanks to your government schools, dumb these people down. These people are dumb, man.
GMO
Give me
foods,
Isaiah, what is that? Isaiah 25:7?
fluoride in the water,
Yep.
GMO foods,
Yep.
bad TV, bad music.
I got it. Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Yeah, you got a covering. You got a covering cast over all the people. So we stick out as lights, man. Scripture said, "Let your light so shine." And if you notice, we don't have no crowds around us because they don't know that they don't see the light.
And the veil that is spread over all nations.
Over all nations, because do Moabites know who they are? No. Do so-called Egyptians, Mizraim, do they know that they are? No. They're south of Egyptian, and they don't know that they're the Egyptians, man.
Ammonites.
Ammonites don't know who they are. Elon don't know who the hell he is. These people of Iran don't know that they're the ancient Persians. Jake don't know who the hell they are.
Quick precept. Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Yep.
Yeah, that darkness is them not knowing who they are.
Gross, the scriptures speak about gross darkness.
Yeah, if you don't know who you are, you're in gross darkness, man. Like us, for a long time, we were in gross darkness. We didn't know who we were until
And we woke up because the Most High
Woke us up.
Woke us up.
That's it.
Yeah, we-
Isaiah the 6th chapter tell you that, man.
yeah, you
When
call-
are they gonna
yeah,
wake up? After the missiles drop.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you calling yourself Afro-American, you're in gross darkness, man. Calling yourself a West Indian, Jamaican, St. Lucian, or you're in gross darkness. Grenadian. Now, we're the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
And that's why, you know, you got Jake, certain camps. They'll see somebody, brother, you know you're an Israelite? That's a waste of goddamn time.
Yeah.
You know?
Bring
You just
forth.
put it out there and the spirit is gonna wake up who's supposed to be waking up. And it was predestined.
Right.
Predestined.
Hey, they hear Israelite, they're thinking of fad, you know. Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, them Israel. Oh, you mean them dudes that wear them braids?
And that's why all that stuff with the black conscious community,
Yeah.
Israelites having like it's I happen to be an Israelite, he happens to be becoming.
Right.
You don't deal with them. You don't
Yeah.
make yourself equal with them.
That's
man.
gross darkness.
Power. That song, The Power.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Snap.
Oh, okay.
That's gross darkness, man. They look at the Israelite thing like it's a
And
fad.
it's like a group, you know.
Like a
Well, I
gang,
used to
you
be
know?
a Kemet, but now I'm an Israelite.
Yeah.
But now I got tired of being an Israelite and I'm back to being a Moor. That's confusion, man.
God.
Some
That's
of these,
confusion.
some of these jakes say, I'm the original black man.
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
What the hell is that? What is that?
And meanwhile, Esau saying that man was created from a monkey. You know, Esau just making mockery of Jake.
Was it Lucy?
Exactly, Lucy. Yeah. The missing link or some shit. I don't know.
And the so-called Jewish rabbi in Israel, he called all black people monkeys. But they ain't gonna call him out on that.
Nah.
You know?
That's not anti-Semitism.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the thing is, we are Shemites.
Yep.
First of all, it's not Sem, it's Shem, and we are Shemites.
right.
So when you call us these derogatory names, you're anti-Shemitic.
Oh, they
Because
say
we're from Shem.
Salaki. They call
No,
us.
you got it.
They call us Schwarzer, right?
Yeah, Schwarzer would mean,
Schwarzer.
yeah, whatever, yeah.
Meshuggah Schwarzer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 4, verse 16. The people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up.
Yeah, the light
And this is the light. The light is sprung up. But people can't see it. Go ahead, Al.
A city that's set on the hill cannot be hid.
That's right.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh is risen upon thee.
That's it.
And the glory of the Lord is this truth, which the Lord hath said, I will not give my glory to another. So no other nation can come into this truth but the nation of Israel, the Israelites.
Yeah.
The kingdom shall not be left unto other
Yeah.
people.
The kingdom is this knowledge.
Isaiah 6,
What-
6 and 7.
When Yahushua said the kingdom of the Most High dwelleth within you, what is he talking about? He's talking about this knowledge.
Yeah.
So how the hell is the Lord going to give this knowledge to another nation when that is the kingdom?
This is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 7. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this had touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me. And he said, Go and tell this people, Hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert.
And that's the elect. And that's the elect. Only the elect will enjoy that. Hear with their ears, understand with their mind, and convert. Which convert, we always go into the meaning of words. Convert means with truth. Literally means with truth.
With, vert, meaning good or truth. Get with the truth. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him,
Or somebody get we read it earlier, Isaiah. We didn't read this part. Isaiah 29. You know what verse I want. You can start out, I don't know, 8th verse. Read that first, and then we're gonna come back to you. You got it? Anybody got it?
Isaiah 29, verse 8. It shall even be as when an hungry man. That
No, further, 9.
9. I'm sorry. Isaiah 29, verse 9. Stare yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
What are they drunken with? The different philosophies.
Yeah.
And Esau set that up because he didn't make one establish a religion. You can have any belief that you want, except it being an Israelite, because they criminalizing us for calling ourselves Israelites.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the devil for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
They stagger, but not with strong drink.
and that's Jake, going from one
Philosophy.
philosophy. Hey, we had brothers that are down with Israel that became Kemet. Go ahead.
For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep,
That's slumber. Go ahead.
and hath closed your eyes.
Huh?
You got socks on? The Jake that's walking down?
Yeah.
He said, cover your mouth.
Go ahead. Jake is crazy.
For the Lord hath poured
They're under
out.
that spell, that demonic spell. Satan got a grip on him.
Lord will smite you.
A spiritual, mental grip on him.
Oh, we read it earlier. Lord will smite you with madness,
Madness, right?
and astonishment of heart. You just seen an example of that going into the subway. And those of you guys saying, why don't you go to the hood? We're in the hood right now, man. The hood of the hoods.
We in the hood right now.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. Isaiah 29, verse 10.
Who got hood? I'm in the hood wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
Hood.
I got my hood halfway on my head.
Go ahead.
For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers and seers hath he covered. And the vision of all is become unto
Covered
you.
meaning not giving them the understanding of the truth. That's what it means, covered. Meaning not giving them the understanding of the truth.
Yeah, like a simple thing like John 3:16. This
You
world
can't break
don't
it
get.
down. Yeah.
Simple ass scripture like that. On slack, I ain't just say it like that. Simple scripture like that.
Go ahead.
It says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
And that's what it is. It's a book that is still. Because you got Jake, especially in the hood, you got those ghetto scholars.
When it comes to the
They don't even bring a Bible. And they'll say, well, give me your Bible. I said, wait a minute. If you're the great man, you're supposed to have your own Bible.
Yeah.
How many Jakes you know got the scriptures on their, and we should do a walk around when it gets warm? Do you have your Bible with you? Do you have a cell phone? You don't have the scriptures? Hey, look. Let me show you your son. Every last one
Let me
of
show
us.
you what it is
Let me
right
break
now.
it down.
Break it down.
What it is right now.
Let me show you what it is right now.
Look. I got the King James right there. Right there.
That's it.
Got the King James Bible. I can go to the Apocrypha. Hey, look, in this book, hold on. Let me show you something.
You got Bibles
You
on
got
my phone.
the Apocrypha. Now check this out. You even got You know what you got? You got the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilee, and the book of Yasha.
Yep.
Which them books go off. They're off. You know?
The tainted fruit.
We don't advocate you brothers out there dealing with them books.
Y'all got scriptures in your smartphones, right? Right?
Books alone.
Right? How many Jakes got that?
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So they ask you for, let me see your Bible. I said, you don't got the scriptures in your smartphone?
Right.
Because you really ain't in the scriptures.
You got
You
porn
ain't in the
sites on your
scriptures.
smartphone.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's
That's
it.
what you got.
Huh? Go ahead.
That's what you Jake's got.
And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
Yeah, that book is talking about is the Bible. Seal meaning you can't understand it, like vocab.
You can open it up and read it all you want.
Read it all you want.
You can take a combination lock and you can hit as many numbers as you want.
Yeah.
Is that combination gonna open the door?
Nope.
Open that lock? No.
Nope.
That's why vocab can't get it. That's why Christians can't get it. You know,
The Lord said he got the key.
he got the key, and he
open.
gave us the key.
God.
And you ain't getting it, vocab, because you made fun of a man that represent the word. That's your Howard Shai.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get it.
Private
Only
eye
thing
for
you
your
gonna
Howard
get- Only thing you're gonna get is a missile.
You ain't gonna get the
Only thing you
understanding,
gonna
man.
get.
A hot sizzling one.
You don't make
You don't
fun.
understand. That's why you want to change the subject if I bring up reincarnation. You know,
They don't answer questions.
they don't answer questions. Huh?
Yahweh Shai said he is the door unto the Father. So you can't come to the Father but through the door. So you gonna make fun of the door and expect to get in? Man, you crazy.
If you don't got that key, man, you ain't getting in.
You ain't turning that lock.
You ain't turning that lock.
I wish I still has the key.
He is the word. Yahweh Shai's, what is that? Psalm 40 and 7, Hebrews 10 and 7. Behold, I come in the volume of the word, it is written of me. So for you to get the word, the understanding of the word, you got to go through Yahweh Shai. And you made fun of Yahweh Shai vocab. So ain't no goddamn way you're going to get the word.
That's right.
No way.
Because
Impossible.
Because if you ain't
You're
got,
an Edomite, you're a so-called Jew anyway.
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
That's
you
exactly what
we
it is.
believe you're so. But let's say you're an Israelite. You still ain't gonna get it because you're not of the elect. It's not just about being an Israelite, it's about being the elect. I did a video where the book of life, you know, Jacob said, well, Israel's written. No, Israel's not written in the book
Con,
of life.
con.
The elected Israel is written in the book of life.
That's right. That's right. You're heinous, vocab. Heinous.
Heinous crimes. Where we at?
Isaiah 29, verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
So it's closed to guys like vocab and these people that put these commentaries up. David Guzik, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Guzik.
Matthew Henry. You know, these great commentators of the Bible. They don't, man, when you, hey, this truth makes you study everything, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because to back Elder Apostle Tar up, we're into not just the script. Well, that's part of the scriptures too. We're into the herbs. We're into the money. Even get into money system. We get into the national debt, which is in the scriptures. Ibatyat. Like you said, it back you up. It makes you go into
Yeah, in order
everything.
for you to break down James, the 5th chapter, you got to understand how the money system
Yeah,
works.
economics,
The
yeah.
That's then you go into the Federal Reserve System,
Yep.
the Federal Reserve notes.
And that's why the Apostle Paul said, I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Heavenly Father. Because those other Israelite groups, they don't go as deep. You know, all they talk about is, some of them, they may talk about the family. You got to raise up. When the Yahweh Shai said, your own family will gonna be come against you. A man's foe shall be they of his own
Of
household.
his household. Yep.
So that
Oh,
shows
no,
you,
oh, another thing Jake could tell you, well, I don't read that because that's the white man's book.
yeah.
Okay, good. Since you said that, you keep thinking, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is wicked, let him be wicked still. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
He that is ignorant, let him be ignorant.
Ignorant still, yeah.
That's ignorant.
Which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed.
For it is sealed, you know?
Yeah, that's a guy who went to, well, that's like vocab. He claimed he's learned, he went to the seminary school, probably got those plaques on his wall, you know, them phony, them bullshit ass degrees. But he can't break down simple scriptures, simple milk scriptures.
Yeah, that's why they say, well, we don't understand it because it's sealed.
Yeah,
The Most High haven't revealed it. Well, why are we able to go throughout the whole book and break it down?
easy.
And we in the car, we went into do Ezekiel the 32nd chapter.
Yeah.
Because one brother came on my comment board and said, "Could you go into Ezekiel the 32nd chapter?" So we went through it. It's 16 verses long. And in a nutshell, brother, if you're listening, it's talking about a miracle.
You're right.
It's just a metaphoric way, symbolic way of talking about a miracle.
Another easy thing too is reincarnation. He thinks reincarnation is super mystical and deep. Man, reincarnation's all over the Bible. You start with the very word, you break it down. Reincarnation literally means back in the flesh. Now in Ecclesiastes, it tells you when you die, you go back to the Heavenly Father. But then you're sent back into the flesh. The spirit is sent back into the flesh by the Heavenly Father.
Yeah,
It's
these
so hard.
Christians, when these Christians will say, these Edomite Christians, it was Jake too, because they don't know what's going on. They follow Edomites.
Yeah.
They'll say, they'll do subjects on reincarnation, and they'll go into Elijah. And they say, well, how Elijah could come back as John the Baptist when he never died? Well, it didn't say you can go up in the spiritual realm,
Right.
and it tells you that in 2 Corinthians
5.
5. You want it?
5. You don't got to go to that. You don't got to go to it. But anyway, you don't have to physically die to go up in the heavens.
That's it.
You can be beamed up and go into the heavens.
Heavens, yeah.
You know?
There's a separation between the flesh and the spirit. It's the spirit that continues on the life. The flesh just dies.
Most High can kill you. He can give you a heart attack. You can make a building fall on your ass, and your spirit separate from your body.
That's it.
And they take the remains and they put it in the ground.
Yeah.
Or the Most High can take that body with the spirit,
Yeah.
and when you get to a certain point, the
Sheds.
body sheds from the spirit.
From
Yeah.
the spirit, yeah.
You know?
Because there's a new body that's
And
going.
there's a new body.
New body takes over.
Matter of fact, go to where you're going to go.
2 Corinthians
Yeah,
5.
go right to the point. And you can start from the top. If I am absent from the body, I am present with the Lord. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 5 and 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved,
What does that mean?
die.
Because Elijah's body was dissolved.
Yeah,
It went back into the elements.
right.
And the Most High could have brought them elements back and brought his body back together.
Yeah.
Con.
Go
Like
ahead.
Lazarus, like Yahweh
Or
said.
like the saints that came back into the city.
Yeah, that came out the grave.
Those,
and-
but they knew who they were
Yeah,
because the Most High brought the body was decomposed,
Yep.
and the Most High brought the elements
elements
back
together.
together,
Yeah.
and had to push out of the tomb and just walk back into the city.
Right.
And the Most High gave them clothes too.
Right.
They didn't come back naked. Go ahead.
For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of the Most High, an house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. That's
So that body that you have in the heavens is right there waiting for you.
eternal, it says. It doesn't die. No, the spirits don't die. For in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven.
We want that new body. We want
Yeah.
to be changed.
Because you catch all kind of hell in this body. This is the everlasting change that Jude spoke about. Which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, Jude was Yahushua's biological brother. His biological brother. It says, for in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven. If so be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked. If so be that being clothed, we shall not be found naked, meaning sin, right? To sin. Because when you get that indestructible body, you can't sin. It's a body that's
It's a
perfect.
perfect body. It's
Perfect body.
And that perfect body that's in the heavens, the heavenly body, we're going to be heavenly beings in spiritual bodies that are on the earth. We're going to eat, talk, wake up, go to sleep,
Yeah.
and have sex, you know,
Use the bathroom.
Because to back up
use the bathroom.
the apostle, Isaiah 40 and 31, they that wait upon the Lord shall be renewed, their strength shall be, they shall run and not be weary, they shall walk and not faint, roughly paraphrasing. So we're going to get them indestructible bodies. Can't die, death shall be wiped away.
And the mother nations, they're going to be lower than us.
Oh yeah. Because
They're not
we're
getting
Israelites, we're the princes of power. So princes of power should have bodies that reflect that.
Yeah.
They can't be like everybody else.
They that are feeble shall be as David.
Yeah.
In the house of in the
Yeah,
house
you
of
got it.
David as an angel of the Lord.
Yep. 2 Corinthians 5 and 4. For we that are in this tabernacle do groan, being burdened. That ain't us, man. Not for that we would be unclothed, but clothed upon, that mortality might be swallowed up of life.
Mortality is death, might be swallowed up as life, of life. Go ahead.
This is Romans 8, verse 23 or 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in
You know, it
pain.
started at 16. I'm sorry, it started at 16.
Romans 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the power, and joint heirs with Yahushua.
So whatever Yahushua gets, we're going to get it. He said, "The works that I do, ye shall do in greater." Go ahead.
Yeah, like that guy Mama Waldi, he's trying to say that I said that I'm greater than I don't know if you ever read that.
He said it to me. You got
Yeah.
to straighten him out.
Yeah,
I already know it. What's up? I thought. I know you are.
we said we're
You
greater
can,
than
you can bring out any avatar. You can bring out 1 million avatars.
Yeah.
I know your spirit. I know the way you try to change up the way you write shit. I know your spirit, man. As soon as I said that's I had thought. You know. Which, you know what? I don't even hate that guy.
Nah,
We just have fun with him and shit.
Just have
you know?
fun with that Nimrod.
Yeah.
Nimrod. Numbskull.
Yeah, that Mama Luke.
Hey, because you know what? He's learning, man.
Nincompoop.
He's learning. He's coming to the realization. It's a beautiful thing that you came on our page. Because now you can see that the mark of the beast is the microchip. But now you got to go tell
Straighten,
Bishop Nate.
straighten Nate out.
Yep.
It's June. Ain't no microchip. It's June. Somebody should take that and make a song.
Yeah,
out
because
of it.
they can see it, boy. Because we're the only ones that still make videos on the microchip.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we don't even go into the scripture. We say y'all already know what the scriptures are. You know. So when they actually really bring it out, everybody gonna be thinking about in the back of their head GMS.
Yeah, the brother from California, Mawatazak. You had the the New Year's Eve discussion, Eve of Destruction.
Yeah, yeah.
He showed all the GMS brothers that were broadcasting live
yeah.
on New Year's Eve. Then he went to them other channels. Not one of them was nothing.
Nothing. Zilch. Everybody else was celebrating New Year's.
Yeah, and that was bad when he did that.
I put up a video on New Year's Eve, but during the New Year's Eve break, I think I was uploading or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, but then it was like 20 minutes later. I said I got to do the new 2020, you know. And I found that the music is bad, man.
Oh yeah.
That music is bad.
The video is bad.
Yeah. I mean, I said let me keep it simple.
Nah, it's still bad.
You know?
That's the one with the Russia, right? Russia with the missile thing, or was that
No,
the
one
the
that's
other
the
one?
2020 year prophecy.
Then you had the backgrounds all black, so
It
I
was all
thought
black.
about it as well. That's what's coming, you know.
Yep,
Zephaniah
yep,
1 and 14,
yep.
the day of blackness, of
Yep,
darkness.
yep.
That's what I thought when I saw the background being all black.
yep.
I said, yeah, that's kind of cool. You know?
Yeah.
But going
Because
back
I could have actually did a video, but I said, you know what? Let me just.
didn't need to.
I do videos every day. Let me just
Yeah.
put that up.
Keep it simple.
Get it, you know, and then keep it moving. You know.
Keep it
That
moving.
video kind of went viral. Almost 200 thumbs up.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
They were waiting for it. They were waiting to see what was in
That's
it.
right. It was about 220 225 when I put it up. You know.
Yeah, but that was beautiful, Mawatazak, what you did. The spirit just jumped on him. He said, let's see what he went to IUIC, nothing.
Zilch.
He went to you saw it?
Yep.
He went to ISUPK,
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, you know
When-
what? When the New Year's Eve, I was in my crib by myself in front of the computer. I'm
me
pretty
too.
sure you were doing the same
I was
thing.
up at the crib,
You
yep.
was doing the same
Yep.
thing. You know.
Matter of fact, I was watching videos. All I was doing was watching the New Year's Eve of destruction from
That's it.
early that day to the next day.
Man, them brothers were, they
And the
About
spirits
three
are them brothers,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And them brothers are men of the Lord. You
Oh, yeah.
brothers
They
from
gotta
the
be.
different states, man.
gotta be.
You know,
Yeah, Des Moines was with Des Moines, the brothers from
yep,
there.
yep.
Chicago,
the spirits are locked into the brothers,
yeah.
man.
Atlanta,
LA.
LA, all them brothers, man.
Oh yeah, all over.
Oh, the brothers that had underneath us, the Connecticut brothers.
Oh, yeah.
they were
They were live.
You know, they were live.
They did about 3 hours.
They did about 3 hours.
that's-
The
all-
brothers
hey.
from England,
All
they went live.
All praises to you. How about
All
you?
praises to Yahweh
right.
Hashem Yahushua.
That's it. That's it.
Call Haloyim.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead.
This is Romans 8 and 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit.
Yeah, we're groaning right now. Right now, our back is on fire. But now you get
My
that.
back don't bother me, bro. I guess it must be these boots.
Yeah, well,
Or
my
the
back
green
is.
smoothie I drank this morning.
Yeah, my back is. Man, yeah.
Gotta get the
Oh, yeah.
nerve back together, bro.
Gotta
And like that
gotta
dude,
get
I
it
showed
back.
you that dude that was walking.
Yeah.
That guy I went to high school with, man. Like 2 years ago, I seen him regular, man. Then and I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Dude looked old as hell, man.
Yeah.
You know?
He shouldn't be out there like that.
Sound like a
And
grandfather.
well, you know what I thought But I said I gotta put something together, show them how to get them greens, man. Make you.
B vitamins too. That's good for the nerves.
Oh yeah, B vitamins. Yep. You got to do that vitamin regimen. The human body, man. All the diseases come from inflammation, right? Inflammation,
Deficiency.
Toxins.
Toxins, which is inflammation.
Yeah.
You know,
Toxins.
because if you alkalinize your body, it kills all the toxins. The toxins can't live in an alkalinized body. So all your diseases come from deficiencies.
Yep. Deficiency.
So this guy that got that shake,
It's toxic.
his body's toxic, man.
Yeah.
His nervous system is shot. But you can rebuild the nervous system, you know?
They're bringing it out now. You get toxins from breathing, the air, because you got chemtrails
Well, you
in
can always
the air.
get toxins, but you got to build up your immune system.
Yeah, you get
And we
toxins.
get cancers every day.
Yeah.
I got everybody got cancer.
Everybody
What the fuck you
got
talking about?
Yeah.
But the reason why the cancer is getting you, because you got a weak immune system. You change your diet around, you know?
And the cells multiply.
Yep,
And then
yep.
eventually they take over
Yep.
and you have a cancerous body.
That's it.
Nothing works
But
right.
then but if you're living, you can still
Yeah.
rebuild it.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Esau ain't gonna tell the people that because there's no money in that. Cancer is a big money maker. And people are waking up to that. You know, that's one thing that's being exposed on you, Esau, your medical industry.
Why you
How it's a
think
big
the
sham.
men in the past lived to be 800-900 years old? Because everything was in balance, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you being exposed. One thing that's being exposed on you, Esau, is your medical system. How you
First of all, it's expensive.
yeah, there you go.
It's expensive. You know, the medical system will help you, but it's expensive, number one, and you get a lot of side effects.
Yeah, those crazy pills that you created, which is nothing but witchcraft. That's why there's a word called pharmacy,
Yep.
which goes back to pharmakia, which means witchcraft. Literally
That's it.
means witchcraft.
That's it. It's a brew.
Yeah,
Chemicals. you
which is
know,
brew. Yeah,
Which alters your state.
right.
Anyway, you got anything? We
Nah.
said 7:30 right now. All right, go ahead.
Romans 8:23 at the end, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption to wit, the redemption of our body.
Boom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because
We'll close on
Yahweh
that.
Shai said he's coming back to redeem the purchased possession. Yes, that's what he called it.
Yeah, purchased with what? With his blood.
Yep.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 53. For this corruptible was put on incorruption, and this mortal was put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
Yeah, if I may say, a perfect example of that is Yahweh Shai. When the body that he received, after he
He
was
got
raised
that
up,
glorified body.
he even
He
told
didn't come down with no goddamn leprosy, man.
he even told Mary not to touch. He said, "Don't touch me. I haven't ascended," because he had that body. That body was perfect. You know.
It says, the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to
That show
Yahweh.
you that the law is going to be applied in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy, he going back and forth with Mahara on his show, talking about vocab.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, Revelation 21, we're not going to have no pain. What the fuck you talking about? That's only talking about Israelites, man.
Yep.
We're not going to mourn no more. No, not you. You better hope like hell you're an Israelite, man. That's all. You should be praying and hoping that you're an Israelite. Because if
real.
you ain't, now you might be, you might be an Israelite, but you better hope you are. And
That's real.
You elite, you better hope you Israelites, man. Because if you ain't, that's your ass. Anyway, go ahead.
But thanks be to Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, for as much as ye know
The man right here. Go ahead.
for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord Yahweh.
That's why
It ain't
guys
in vain.
fall off.
Yeah,
Guys fall off because they figure they wasted.
yeah.
What did this guy say? Collar Cobb?
Oh yeah, I wasted my life in that.
10 years.
10 years.
Well, you're going to be rewarded, brother, for them 10 years. You know you're going to get rewarded with
Missile.
a missile. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom and it's on to the next one.
Shalom.
Shalom.